Hello, NHL gamers. Sin here, along with Kenu, who's going to be joining us for some color commentary. Back again with some more ECL Elite Playoffs actions. You know, the second part of some quarterfinals here. First matchup, hREDS taking on Unlucky Boys, the 4 and 5 seeds. Kenu, how you feeling today about this?
How's it going, everybody? Great to be here. Great matchups coming up tonight, two of them. First of all, apologies to everybody for some technical difficulties that we're having today. The broadcast will probably look a little bit different, especially in this little box over here. But yeah, I mean, this matchup that we're about to go into with hREDS and Unlucky Boys might be the most even one that we expect here in the quarterfinals.
Absolutely. I mean, we've seen some weird things happening so far. Fariastad taking a 2-0 over the 1 seed of Ypsilanti, and here we have a 1-1 series, hREDS and Unlucky Boys. Both teams with the confidence that they can pull it off here and take the advantage in this series. We won't see a conclusion today. However, one team could get that distinct advantage, or perhaps we'll see a 2-2 deadlock by the time we're through today. Only time will tell. But again, I don't think we're going to have too many graphics here, so we'll kind of break things down as best as we can here between these two teams. hREDS, you know, some of the most dangerous forwards in the ECL, despite them not having quite the record they would have wanted, still a very dangerous team. And Unlucky Boys, as we kind of mentioned, you know, a lot of times that dark horse kind of team right there, you know, a bit of a slower start for them, but they really pushed in, not only making the playoffs, but getting in to the 5 seed here. And you know what? We had a chance to talk with Timothy and have him answer a few questions. So I think we're going to kick it over to there and give you guys that interview now. What's up, guys? Sin here, joined by Timothy of Unlucky Boys. He's been gracious enough to answer a few questions for us before we continue his quarterfinal series. So first question I got to ask you. You guys battled back from a non-playoff position in this series, and now that you've made it, you now have the 5th seed, and that's arguably kind of one of the better positions, you know, outside of the top 3. What sort of confidence did that run towards the end of the season give your team?
Yeah, great confidence for sure. It was a bit difficult start to the season. Like I joined the team, and it was a pure Finnish team before. Obviously, I'm from Germany, so there is the language barrier, but kind of did a good job. Like after the first couple of weeks and with the communication and stuff, and then fair to say that we had a pretty tough schedule to start the season. We played all the top 4 teams in the first 2 weeks, I think, and kind of those games against Reds was like the turnaround point for us in the regular season. Like after that, we just know that we still had a chance, even though the start was poor. And then we just basically got almost full points from everyone, and that brings some great confidence for the playoff series, for sure.
All right, so you guys seem to have across, you know, chat and social media, a lot of good fan support, you know, with the burger stuff and everything like that. You know, it's quite cool to see, you know, as one of the perceived, you know, statistical underdogs, you know, what does that kind of support? Does that, you know, inspire you guys to kind of, you know, step up your play in these kind of big game situations?
Yeah, for sure. And have to give a shout out to my former team, the Phantoms there. They always give us big support since I'm still good friends with them, and also everyone else. Just we try to keep it a bit lightly and bit of fun every here and there, and got the burger fans going.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so last question here. You know, you're tied in this series against hREDS. You know, what are you guys as a group looking to do to kind of be able to maybe take these 2 games and put yourself in the advantage for the rest of the series?
I mean, it's clear that hREDS has some of the most skilled forwards in the whole scene, so can't really play just pure rush hockey against them like against most of the top teams. You have to be good defensively, you have to have a good trap in the neutral zone, and then I think it's key that we don't just give the puck away and play too much rush hockey when we get it. Like try to establish our attack for a bit so we're not defending all the time, and then I think we can beat them if we just focus defensively. And we have a great goalie in Vilsap. He's been really good since he came on, and so we're confident if we can do that.
All right. Well, I think that's just about it. Thank you so much, Timothy, for stopping by with us, and good luck in games 3 and 4 today. All right, so there he was, Timothy of Unlucky Boys. You know what? I was always kind of an unlucky boys truther here. I had a feeling they can not only get into the playoffs, but perhaps make a splash here. And you know what? Tied 1-1 here against the 1 seed. It's, you know, they've got a chance here. What do you think, Kenu?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh, yeah, there's been audio issues here. I mean, we're going to deal with all of it today and hopefully get it all out of the way. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I was kind of an unlucky boys truther myself. I felt like they could really make a splash here in the playoffs. You know, what do you feel like?
I definitely think that they've been they were one of the teams that, you know, on social media you would see people ranking them before the season in the very last group of teams, maybe, you know, 13th, 14th, 15th, and they've really shown that they're a team to be,
absolutely,
a team not to joke around with, and there's a lot of young hot talent there, and they could go far, but they have to beat hREDS first. That's another young team that has a lot of talent, and I gotta say, I'm not an expert on either of these teams, and yeah, full disclosure, I'm not supposed to be here, so if I seem a little out of place today, it's just don't mind me. Just listen to Sin.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're doing just a fine job so far, and none of us would be here if it weren't for you. So I think anyone will forgive any sort of slip-ups you have with about 5 minutes of preparation. So, you know, speaking of hREDS, as we just were, again, because of some of the tech issues, we weren't able to get an interview with Benito on camera, but I was able to talk to him a little bit through text and get some of his ideas. You know, I asked, you know, at so many points we were talking about that this team could have, you know, potentially made things a big four instead of just the big three. But, you know, in his opinion, yeah, they didn't quite get there. You know, the start of their season wasn't what they wanted to. They lost to teams that they felt like they should have won against. And, you know, it kind of hurt their chances of making it into that top three and, you know, at least being closer in points to some of those the big dogs, as we call them here. But you know what? He believes they can beat anyone if they focus and play their game. But, you know, like unlucky boys, they got to get through this first round, you know. And, you know, we heard from Timothy. He thinks they have some of the most dangerous forwards, and they're going to be looking to shut that down. Benito, on the other hand, he says, you know what? We have so many ways to score that they can adapt to any sort of defensive scheme that their opponents are going to throw at them. He believes the whole team is full of skilled players on the offensive side of things and defensive side, and that'll make them incredibly difficult to shut down. And as we know, the series is tied here, 1 game apiece. So I asked him, what do you guys have to do here to perhaps get the 2 wins here and get that advantage over the season? And he said, you know what? He thinks he played that first game where they lost in OT even better than the second one. So he has all the confidence in the world that they stick to their game plan, they stick to what they do best, that they can come away with 2 wins here and be 1 win away from advancing to the semifinals. So that's, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a hell of a series. And as we kind of get closer here to game time, I'm hoping we do have some warm-ups going on. We're trying to get some timings on those. I mean, we could talk a little bit about what we think, you know, these teams can do and will do to sort of, you know, approach this game here and use some of their strengths to their advantage. But, you know, I think for the keys to the game, we're not going to be able to have that graphic. But when it comes to hREDS, you know, Nicky and net, they've kind of faced some goalie controversy throughout this year, but you know, he started off this series great form despite, you know, losing that game. And, you know, he's going to need to be on his best form tonight because we know in Lucky Boys, they're going to be coming out strong. They're going to be, you know, hungry for victory. And, you know, the 3 forwards, we touched upon that, all top 10 in scoring in the regular season. I mean, you're going to have to not rely on them, but look to them to help produce this offense here and, you know, really get things going. And on the defensive side, Janza, you know, team who they have 64 shots in 58 games played. Perhaps not the total you're looking for, but, you know, if you have a strength, use it. And I think a lot of that may have to do with, you know, a lot of shots being blocked here. So perhaps no more hesitating to shoot, just kind of fire them on net here and perhaps get things going. What do you think, Kenny? Do you think that's a good, solid strategy for hREDS moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, that's a hockey cliche. You know, playoffs, you just, you know, whatever goes in. But like, I mean, first and foremost, you play in ECL Elite. Sure, we can say maybe the top 3, top 4 are the most likely candidates to win. But just the fact that you're playing in elite and you make the playoffs after a rough season against a lot of great teams means that you have the quality that it takes to win a tight game. And obviously, best of 7 series gives more probabilities for the so-called right team to win. But I mean, these teams are just about as tight and even as they can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And kind of brings us over to Unlucky Boys and what we think some of their keys to game might be. I mean, they have a top scoring threat. JM tied for 8th in the league. They have the special teams advantage. hREDS have the most PIMs. I mean, if Unlucky Boys can take advantage of that, they'll really have a shot here. And, Viltsup started out, a bit slow here in the playoffs, but in the regular season, he was a beast. So we'll see what happens here as we get into the game. And, well, here we go. Face-off about to happen. hREDS versus Unlucky Boys. hREDS in that beautiful red on red on red, and Unlucky Boys here in the white. And as we get going, we'll see Unlucky Boys try to find a way through this neutral zone here, and they do so. Timothy takes it in, dumps it along the end boards. Recovered easily there by Tamu, who breaks it out to Nicky Dangles. Nicky Dangles through the neutral zone, unable to break in cleanly as Unlucky Boys recover that puck. A couple D-to-D passes here as they set up, looking for that time, looking for that space. hREDS hesitant to give it to him, and they strip the puck in the neutral zone. We often see this first few minutes, a feeling out process as both teams just try to get their offensive guns going. A lot on the line here. A series is tied up. If you take this first game here, the pressure is all on your opponent. Good entry right there for Nicky Dangles. And back to the point, they're going to look to set up, maybe get some shots here. hREDS applying pressure early on. Finally, someone enters the zone, and they're establishing their attack. Unlucky Boys looking to keep them to the outside. And boards here across the middle, almost fed into a high-scoring area, but Unlucky Boys able to take that back out. Into the neutral zone they go. Can they get a clean entry? JM enters the zone. Down low to Timothy. Timothy feeds it to Julius, pinching in, unable to feed it out front. Good recovery there from hREDS, and they look to break things out now. Into the neutral zone they go. Great move attempt right there, but JM with the recovery in the neutral zone. A nice one-touch deke, but a fantastic stick lift from behind by Benito to neutralize that threat. And here we go. Yoki using his speed on the left wing side. We so often see him do that, and hREDS back on the attack. DDD pass the shot on. Blocked away here. Neither team getting a ton of chances. Another shot. Rebound. Oh, my goodness. What a save right there. I can't believe that puck stayed out.
Can't believe that. I just saw a replay on my other screen, and I can't believe that wasn't in.
I'm actually speechless right now. That's and 90% of the time in ECL Elite, that is a goal. What a save right there by Viltsup. And now Unlucky Boys breaking it back out. They want to counter here. They don't want that terrific save to go to race. But once again, hREDS stifling their attack in the neutral zone here. Down into the corner, looking for that, maybe the pass back to the point, but an excellent job by Timothy to apply the pressure here. And as things, hREDS continue to get that puck into the zone. What do Unlucky Boys have to do here to, stop some of this, Kanu?
Yeah, I mean, the puck possession is just I think going back to your question about should they just put the puck on net or what should they do? Like, this is what top teams do so great. They just hold on to the puck until they feel like they actually have a good opportunity of scoring. And when you just stay on the puck, you just don't give the other team the opportunity to go on the counter. And they've done a great job doing that so far. Obviously, a lot of their shots haven't been as successful as they would have wanted to, but aside from that, I think really strong start from Reds here.
Yeah, really strong start from them indeed. They really seem to be applying pressure. Unlucky Boys here. Got to be careful. Getting bumped right there. So dangerous turning that puck over so close to your net, but they're able to exit. A bit of a 2-on-1 here. Nice sauce across. Unable to find Kudu there in the middle, but now they have the pressure. D-to-D pass. Looking for the shot, finds a lane, unable to get through a shot, a bouncing puck. Everyone collapses to the net. Bit of
That
a
was
heart
scary.
stopper there. Yeah, I mean, a bouncing puck you never want to see, especially in such close proximity to your goaltender. But Nikke able to keep that puck out in a big face-off here. Benito can come away with the victory. They can relieve some of the pressure, but a good tie-up right there. What a pick-off by Yoki, and look at the L skating through the zone with speed. Didn't feed the slot, but okay. Maintains possession. Unlucky Boys still sort of struggling to get that puck out. hREDS have it. Oh, a close chance right there, but covered up by Viltzup. And with 2 minutes left here in the first, still remains scoreless. What's it going to take for one of these teams to break through?
I don't know, but I mean, this is exactly the kind of game I was expecting between these two teams.
All right.
You never know, though, if it's going to be a 5-4 game or a 1-0 game.
Yeah, a one-time chance right there from Teemu that might have found its way in had it not been blocked there in the slot. Oh my goodness. Timothy just refused to lose the puck right there, and we're going to see a power play interference on, I believe... Okay, it looks like we have wrong numbers. That look, okay. I'm checking. I think that was... Yeah, Yoki going to the box there. So a power play here from Unlucky Boys. Let's see if they can capitalize. A quick shot on. Nice clear right there. That we relieve some of the pressure as we get to the last 10 seconds here of the first period. One more rush for Unlucky Boys to try to establish something. Pass over to the wing. Dumped around. Oh, offsides, unfortunately. So 4.2 seconds left. A neutral zone face-off. Probably not enough of an opportunity to get something, but you do have Timothy alone there on that right wing side. If they can somehow get an easy zone entry, you never know, but a great face-off win from Benito. And that will do it for the first period. Back and forth action. I am absolutely appalled that we don't have a score yet, and only two registered shots apiece. That felt like a lot crazier.
Yeah. All right, so we have a little bit of a fix there. Yeah, so I just lost the image completely. But from that, the first I don't know 15 game minutes of the game were all Reds, and Unlucky Boys, I'm sure, are very happy that they managed to kind of bounce back and get some opportunities of their own, and they get to continue into the second period on the power play.
Yeah, I mean, this carryover power play time is going to be huge for them. Really kind of set the tone for this second period. We'll see what they could do. Timothy on the zone entry gets it over into the slot. Kuru, a nice little deflection shot right there by JM. I kind of like that. An in-tight opportunity, just trying to throw stuff at the wall and see what'll stick. The drop passes at the blue line can be very effective, but you do them too much, you know, your opponent will find a way to counter it, as hREDS did right there. They're looking for a counterattack here on the penalty kill. It looks like Nicky Dangle sending it over to Benito. Sends it down into the corner where Wenger will pick it up and start the breakout for his team. Kuru taking it down the middle. Feeds, unable to get the pass through as Nicky Dangles now over to Yoki. So fast, such a force on that left wing side. Back to the point. Back down low, looking like the low cycle, getting going. A wrap chance right there from Nicky Dangles. Unable to get the animation I think that he wanted, but good positioning there from Viltzup as well to sort of neutralize the threat right there. Not too sure. You never know with those wrap chances. Sometimes they go in, sometimes they doesn't, but a good look from hREDS as they continue to win faceoffs and to keep their pressure going. To the middle, and Yoki unable to get what he wanted on that one-time chance. Just... oh, man, I'm sure he's kicking himself after that one. Just could not get a good shot off here. Unlucky Boys looking to counterattack to the middle. Kuru send it all the way down here, and JM picks it up all the way back to the point. A trip right there, and once again, Unlucky Boys back to the power play.
Yeah, this seems to be the theme of the game so far. Reds having the pressure until time to take a penalty, and then this is a big chance for Unlucky Boys to get on the board first, because let's face it, if you don't score, it doesn't really matter if you had the pressure or not.
Absolutely. Time on attack is great. Shots are great, but if you don't put that puck on the net, it doesn't matter. Just ask Yippee Voskala. And Here we go. Nice entry from Unlucky Boys, but a miscue on the pass. Timothy looking for either the trailer or the point man, and it goes through everyone. No one able to get a stick on that one. Call it bad luck. Call it interesting puck pickup mechanics here, but a nice job. Oh, JM trying to sneak that through on the short side post, but good job from Nick A there to hold the fort down. And with 17 seconds left, really all we got is perhaps a set play on the faceoff for the tail end of this power play, but if Benito can win another defensive zone draw, he will neutralize that threat. Good tie-up. JM takes the puck. Back to the point. Unable to get the pass through, but Timothy recovering. Back to the point. Julius circles around, gets bumped, and that's dangerous. Yoki out of the box. Cannot get possession. Oh, and oh my goodness, 2 shots on in tight, and Nick K with huge saves right there. Bringing it back up for hREDS over to Janzu, who can't get the puck. Bit of a miscue there, but hREDS recovers well. Teemu entering the zone with the L skate, but unable to sustain possession. Great spin there by Timothy, creating space, tries to dump into the corner, but picked up well by Yoki. He's looking to break it out over to Benito in the middle. Teemu back to Benito in the middle. Unfortunately, they are offsides, and that will halt the clock here as the pace of play has slowed down slightly here in the second with some of the whistles still scoreless here with some of the chances we've seen. Very surprised about that, but hREDS, still getting the majority of the pressure. If they can just stay out of the box, they've done a good job killing it off, but, it kills your momentum when you go to the box. You let the other team back in it, and here we see Unlucky Boys 5-on-5 now, starting to get some chances. Benito all the way up the boards. Nicky Dangles down low, back up top, back down low to Nicky Dangles. They want that low cycle to pass out front. One-time option wouldn't go. Back to the point for Janzu. Janzu can't thread it through, and Unlucky Boys. Here we go. Oh, unable to enter the zone cleanly right there is Teemu looking to break it back out. Janzu looking for space, will take it himself. The pass wasn't quite there, but they forced it through, and they have the zone again. Off the post! What a shot by Yoki, and unable to bury it. No one in front for the one-time opportunity as Benito feeds it through. Unlucky Boys got to be thanking their lucky stars that right now this game isn't tied. They need to change their team name immediately, because that post shot could have easily been in the back of the net. And another offsides here. 5:29 left in the second period. Unlucky Boys, hREDS still looking for their first marker. This is game 3 in a best-of-7 series between the 4 and the 5 seed. Who can take this advantage to get the upper hand today? It's a tied series right now. Anything can happen. hREDS have looked good so far, but unable to score. Unlucky Boys have had their chances as well. Same thing. Can they find a way? Can anyone find a way to get the advantage here? A nice look with the sauce right there from Banger. Just was unable to find Kuru there in the middle. Sends it over. Yoki, the pass back, but a good read right there from Timothy to sort of neutralize that threat. They cannot push hREDS off the puck, though. The puck possession has been great. The puck protection, great as well. They need to just start firing the puck on net, maybe looking for rebounds. There it is, a one-time opportunity from Teemu. A good block from the collapse there of Unlucky Boys. Down to the corner. Benito recovers the puck. Unlucky Boys having trouble, keeping it out of hREDS' hands at this point. Down low. Yoki. Down in the corner behind the net, threads it out front, misses everyone, right to JM, who takes it back out. Kuru, and a nice little pass behind to Wenger, who had some space, is able to get that zone entry. Looking for the offense. He has a man down low. It's Kuru. Sends it back out front, unable to get the chance away. Yoki using that speed. A nice, I guess he was probably trying to throw that on net right there. I was going to say nice dump, but, not on net there. And once again, we are tied after 2, and we saw just 4 registered shots there from hREDS, but all that time on attack. It was a good job from Unlucky Boys to sort of get the shot blocks they needed, but, again, we saw it with Yippee Voskala against Färjestad. All that time on attack, no goals, you're still in danger of dropping it. What'd you see in that period, Kenneth?
I was gonna say, what was it? Approximately 2 minutes against 6 minutes of time on attack, but yet Unlucky Boys had 6 shots and Reds had 4. I do think, though, that Reds had more opportunities. They just didn't make it all the way to the net. So that's been one of their issues, is getting them all the way to the net.
A nice attack here, and it looked like Kuru tried to feed the puck. He gets a nice recovery, an out front chance right there. Another recovery. Oh, what a save right there from Nicky. The puck is still loose. He finds it there, and I believe that was JM kind of diving towards it. Hey, you never know what can happen. Puck drops diving towards it. Anything sometimes can knock one of those pucks free or into the net, and Unlucky Boys maybe venting a bit of frustration with how this has gone so far, unable to put that one home, and that was about as good of a chance as they've had so far. A nice set play there, but a good job on the defensive side of things. I believe that was Teemu getting in the way of that shot to block it. So really good job by hREDS to break up that set play, and an offsides right here. But we see that often. We saw it from Linköping twice the other day to pat, off the faceoff. You get that one-time feed from your defenseman. You can sometimes not necessarily catch the goalie napping, but just unable with the reaction speed to get to where he needs to be. A nice feed there to Timothy as Unlucky Boys enter the zone here. Yanzu sends it back over to Teemu. Has a bit of trouble with it. Unlucky Boys don't fully commit to the forecheck. They're kind of maybe a bit hesitant backing off here. Maybe you want to see them be a bit more aggressive and try to force the issue onto hREDS, but a good hold there at the blue line as hREDS try to reestablish their possession. They've done a good job of that, getting to those loose pucks, retaining possession. A big hit right there from Julius, but once again, hREDS retaining possession down low around the net. Benito back up to Teemu. Oh, into the slot. Yoki unable to get the one-time look off, but here they go once again, retaining possession in the zone. Unlucky Boys floundering in their own zone, finally able to get it out, and another penalty taken. Kenny, you said it earlier. All the pressure, and then they take a penalty. What do Unlucky Boys need to do here to score?
Well, that's a great question. Obviously, they need to get on the puck here. Nicely kept in. Let's get back to that after the play.
All right, let's see. Back up to the point here. Shot, not quite. The one-time look was there, but both of these teams doing a great job of shutting down those one-time opportunities. They haven't quite been there, and neither team willing to sort of divert away from that strategy right there. It is a high percentage way to score, but a bit surprised here late in the third, or as we get, later into this third period, that neither team just kind of opting to throw pucks on net and look for those rebounds here. Still looking for the high percentage scoring opportunities. Unlucky Boys, this is their third power play chance. At some point, you got to make the other team pay for their mistakes. Behind the net now, maybe a bit of miscommunications as Timothy and Kuru come together. Shot out front, but once again, here we go. Nicky Dangle's able to beat everyone to that puck coming out of the box. Oh, a crazy one-touch pass across the slot. Benito unable to finish. Looking for it in tight again, but JM with the recovery and about four guys next to the puck from Unlucky Boys. They got to get that sorted out quick. They're right in each other's faces. That could have created a pretty nasty turnover. They're able to sort things out, get the breakout they need. A good attempt to Timothy there, who just simply wasn't able to get the puck pickup. A good read by Yanzu to break that up. Timothy again circling back in the neutral zone. Now over to Julius, who feeds it across to his partner, Vanger. Vanger facing some pressure here, throws it, a bit of an errant pass, and we have an icing with 8:44 remaining in third period.
Really patient play by Unlucky Boys to get out of their zone there when they were pressured really badly after that dangerous shot when Nicky Dangles got out of the box. But they did a good job of clearing it, but they are having some huge problems keeping Reds off the puck and actually creating anything right now.
Yeah, and there's one of those one-time looks we've been looking for off the face-off. Maybe not getting all of it he wanted. A pretty easy save for Vilts up there as they get another one, but another face-off one! Unable to be kept in by Yanzu. He guessed the wrong way, maybe trying to move towards the middle. The face-off win, bit aimed off, went towards the boards. He was unable to get the recovery, and that takes him into the neutral zone here. But Benito has been pretty good on the face-offs thus far. Unable to win that one. A good tie-up by Kuru there. And maybe Unlucky Boys going to be able to get through that neutral zone, navigate their way through. A great pass in a lone backhand.
Whoa, no penalty.
No penalty. I didn't know if I saw that. Yeah, I mean, that goes down as a great defensive play with no penalty there. I actually can't believe it. Timothy, probably with his best chance, his eyes must have lit up right there, going potentially one-on-one with the goalie, but a good job of hREDS sort of collapsing upon him, not letting him get the steps that he wanted to get in free. And here we go, hREDS.
There's a fine line between a great defensive play and a penalty, and we saw a great defensive play there.
Absolutely, and maybe a bit of luck with that dive that he didn't go to the box right there. That could have been dangerous. Here we go. Nicky dangles a low shot for the rebound. Benito unable to get a stick on it. Now with the pinch, a nice little shot right there. Still in front, but now Unlucky Boys once again have been able to relieve the pressure in their zone. hREDS, you got to think at some point they're going to be able to bury one of these chances, but so far Viltzup has looked strong, and the defense, well, they've been unable to sort of relieve some of the pressure there in that situation. They were able to. And you know what? Again, we're getting to danger territory for hREDS. All the chances in the world, none of the goals. Here we go. Nicky dangles in the half board, sends it around. Looks like Yoki will get there first. Back to Yanzu. Yanzu looking. Elects not to shoot. Down low on the half boards. Now back up the point to Tamu, who takes it in. Nice play right there by JM and Julius to kind of encircle him and get the puck off of him. Now Kuru taking it in, gets the zone entry, but unable to sustain the pressure. Yoki unable to get it back. The neutral zone battle kind of intensifying here as the period wears down. We are now in the last minute. Real time here for those of you guys new to NHL. So if a penalty is taken here, it is an extended one. You don't want to do it. You got to watch the 6. Yoki! Oh! What a play by Yoki in the dying moments of the third period. The spinorama. We know how dangerous he is with speed on the left side, but did you know he's a precision skater as well? What a goal.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? And why wouldn't you skip that replay? It was just a walk in the park.
Yeah, it's another day in the office for Yoki. You know, he does this all the time. I don't need to see. That's normal for me. Now Unlucky Boys on the ropes here. Now they really got to get aggressive. Lex not to shoot right there. Julius circling around, down low to JM. Back up top. A good look right there for a potential one-timer to catch Nikke off guard. Unable to get the goal, though. Nice little circle play. Back up top. A good block right there by Tamu to keep it out of the zone. Benito unable to relieve the pressure. Timothy now. Back to Julius. Julius with the shot to deflection. A good save by Nikke to keep it out. Oh my goodness, another save on the back door. Nikke coming up huge. In tight chances, a one-timer just wide. I can't believe it. Unlucky Boys scrambling. Another chance at the end. And Nikke with perhaps the craziest last 30 seconds the goaltender has had to endure. Keeps the puck out of the net, and hREDS escape potential disaster here. All that time at attack, more than doubling Unlucky Boys. They get the win here in game 1, 1-0. About as intense of a last minute as you will ever see. A goal one way, and then about 4 or 5 close calls the other way. I'm out of breath. Yeah.
I don't know what happened there. Like, it looked like Unlucky Boys weren't gonna get a dangerous chance, and then they ended up getting like 3 good chances at in the last 3 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And I guess we got an answer to why Nikke is in that tonight. Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. Apparently that's the reason. Nikke just unreal there at the end. I mean,
yeah, he wasn't really tested throughout the game, in my opinion, until this very moment. But this is when your keeper's got to bail you out. It's when you come to the closing seconds.
Yeah, and he did just that at the end there. He completely bailed his team out. That's not to say hREDS bad defensively. I mean, they did it the entire game. Eventually, you're going to give up some chances, especially with those, 3 penalty kills they face. Not a whole lot of action for Nikke in so many times, but there at the end, I mean, an absolute flurry of chances that they're just able to keep out. And Unlucky Boys, I mean, it's tough to kind of to go through here, but you know what? You had your chances, and Nikke just kind of beat you at the end, and you didn't get enough throughout the rest of the game here. But I believe we're going to, try to settle some of the rest of these issues that we've been having throughout here. We might go to a short break right now to kind of kick things over and get everything back to as normal as possible. So we thank you guys for sticking with us, and thank you guys, and hope you enjoyed that incredible game 1. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. A little bit of a change here to the setup. Happy to be back here with you. Sin, I want to start things off here before we get into the breakdown for what we just saw between the first game of this broadcast, of course, the third game between Unlucky Boys and hREDS. And really, before we set the stage here for Game 4 and continuing on with that series, first and foremost, phenomenal job proving that you're not just a solid color commentator, that you could certainly take the lead on this broadcast at any possible time, that is for sure. And to follow that up as well, of course, we play with fire with the schedule that we have, and occasionally you'll sleep through an alarm or several, as I said. I'm shocked this is the first time it's happened, I gotta be honest. But regardless, we're here, we're back, I'm here, I'm back, and very happy to do so. Sin, hell of a first game we saw. Got to catch the back end of it. What a performance from Nikkei at the end of it to take that game for hREDS.
Absolutely. I mean, hREDS, they really had the advantage for so much of it, getting so much time in attack, and Unlucky Boys kept surviving, and hREDS took 3 penalties. Unlucky Boys unable to make them pay at the times they needed to, and then, again, scrambling to try to get a goal there. It was Nikkei who absolutely, shut things down, and hREDS able to get the 1-0, victory because of that, but it was kind of danger territory while for hREDS. We're kind of getting the Yippee Voskala effect, all the time on attack, all the chances, and no goals. It was pretty crazy there at the end for sure.
Now, it was one of the keys to success heading into this series as well, or at least the next 2 games of this series, was Nikkei, and the question mark as to whether or not Finn Kona should have been the goaltender for hREDS. I mean, Nikkei started off the first 2 games in phenomenal fashion with an 87% save percentage, and then you have a performance like that, you get your first shutout of the playoffs. I don't think there's a goaltending controversy anymore.
I mean, no, if you go to someone in the playoffs, that's your guy. And, he was solid, absolutely. And throughout the first 2 games here, and definitely that last game, I mean, a 1-0 shutout, that's about as good of a performance as it gets for a goaltender. And you know what? I think Unlucky Boys even let in shots despite having such a significant disadvantage when it came to the time on attack, because you're getting a look at the goaltender matchups here.
Absolutely. And I mean, with Viltsup as well, we kind of talked about it, or at least it was going to be one of the key points to success for Unlucky Boys, is that Viltsup had a bit of a slow start through those first 2 games, only a 75% save percentage, whereas in the regular season, he was at an 84.5, which was second best in the league. So a little bit surprising. Of course, he does get his game back under control, but then in that instance, Nikkei was a brick wall, and Unlucky Boys simply couldn't get on the board.
Yeah, and that was, the issue right there for Unlucky Boys. They simply couldn't create enough, and when they did have their chances, hREDS did a good job, and finally one Unlucky Boys did mount a huge successful charge at the end. In desperation, they got the chances, but they couldn't get the goal. So I'd like to see that more from Unlucky Boys. That desperation they displayed in the last 30 seconds of the third period was tremendous. Yes, hREDS was pretty much in, full collapse, protect the net, but you still got those chances. If you can put the pressure on hREDS to go into that full collapse mode, then you've definitely got a shot.
Absolutely. Now, when it comes to Unlucky Boys and what they need to do differently, well, ultimately there are certain things for hREDS that they'd like to do differently, only getting the 1 goal. What really stands out for Unlucky Boys, as we get ready here to run through the team lineups as well, and of course get a better look at the individual matchups. What would you say really needs to be done for them?
I think taking a few more shots here and there. I like their shot totals, but when they entered the zone, that seemed like they were kind of, maybe looking for the perfect shot too much, and they just simply weren't able to get a lot of the chances. hREDS was great at getting the quick outs, and it was hard to come by the offensive zone time for Unlucky Boys. So when it seems like you're going to have less time, and getting into the zone, then at that point you got to really look for your chances and try to get as many as you can. I mean, you got to take what's given to you, and if you're not given a lot, then you got to capitalize and make a lot out of a little.
Absolutely. So with that, let's take a look at the center matchup again here for this series. Again, for hREDS, you have the captain Benito, who right now, hell of a start to this series, 6 points through the 3 games. Kuru on the other side, not that bad of a start, but of course held pointless in that third game, of course, that we just witnessed here. So when it comes to Kuru and really this matchup with Benito, I think one of the things we were looking at heading into the series was the fact that, both these guys under 50%, kind of unfair to Benito, being under 50% on the draw. It was a 49.8 in the regular season, but Benito kind of stepped up the face-off matchup, or, really stepped up his ability to win draws through the first couple games of this series. But overall, both these guys do have the ability to take over the game and really take over the series.
Definitely, but yeah, you said in the first 2 games, Benito really stepped up his work on the faceoffs, and he did so in that last game too. So many offensive zone draws that they were able to win and sustain that pressure. Then in the defensive zone, he won some big draws there, able to get that counterattack going. And mentioned in the interview when I talked to Timothy there, he said he thinks hREDS have some of the most dangerous forwards, and we've talked so often about Yoki and the threat he brings on that left wing side. Benito keeps winning those defensive zone faceoffs. It keeps giving them chances to get to work.
Absolutely. As you're going to look at the winger matchup as well, puck drop just a minute or so away, but the winger matchup here as well, JM and Timothy for Unlucky Boys, Yoki and Nicky Dangles, of course, a part of that ridiculous front three that hREDS run with, and so far so good for those two. Again, the wingers for hREDS.
Yeah, and Yoki, a huge goal there with the game winner, a beautiful spin move to sneak it in. And Nicky Dangles, he did a really good job in that last game too, on the half boards and such like that. Timothy, JM, they were solid, but they're definitely going to have to find another level here to beat the defense.
Absolutely. And speaking of the defense, Sin, has anyone ever told you that you are a true pro with this? The perfect lead-in for Unlucky Boys, of course, it's Julius and Wenger, Janzu, and Temu for hREDS. And again, talking about defensemen that have the ability to take over, the duo for hREDS certainly provide that. But like you mentioned at the end of the last game, you started to see Julius and Wenger get a little bit more involved offensively when, Unlucky Boys were in desperation mode. Looking to see a little bit more out of that between those two heading into this fourth game.
Definitely. I think they're going to need to keep activating their defensemen. They're going to have to throw everything they can at hREDS, because when hREDS, like we mentioned, they don't give up a whole lot. So you're going to have to make your own space, and that is going to involve one of those defensemen kind of jumping up and taking some risks here and there. Calculated risks, but it's going to take some risks here. You're down 2-1. You can't really afford to go down 3-1 against a team like hREDS.
Absolutely. So with that, again, we are just about ready to go here for the fourth game of this series. In case you missed game 3, Sin on the call and in fantastic fashion. It was hREDS walking away with the 1-0 victory and now taking a 2-1 series lead, winning 2 consecutive games in this series, which again might have been what you would have expected for the 4th seed here. hREDS kind of teetering on that, on the precipice of making it a big 4 along with Yippee Vaskala and Linköping. And speaking of those two, of course, Sim, we called the first 2 games of Färjestad Yippee Vaskala the other day. And ultimately, of course, it was Färjestad taking the first 2 games. Yippee Vaskala back in that one, winning game 3. Linköping now up 3-0 on Roots. HAVU up 2-0 on Brace Phantoms. We'll be covering games 3 and 4 between those 2 teams in just a little bit here on this broadcast. And again, if you missed it, hREDS now up 2-1 on Unlucky Boys, getting the word it was an overtime win for Linköping. So Roots putting up a fight, but just not being able to get a win thus far over our defending champions in Linköping. Needless to say, Sin, it would take a miracle for Roots to battle back at this point.
Yeah, especially against, a team like Linköping. And, it's as unfortunate as it is. That's the luck of the draw there for Roots, and they had to face the defending champs. Why do I always want to say Stanley Cup? Who knows? But yeah, they had to try to take that on, and it's kind of interesting as well. Maybe not unexpected to also see Yippee Vaskala get that next one with a 2-0 shutout. People maybe thinking Färjestad, they kind of got lucky there and really kind of capitalize on their chances there. We'll see if Yippee Vaskala can continue to battle back in that series.
Absolutely, but for now we focus on the task at hand. Game 4 between hREDS and Unlucky Boys. Unlucky Boys in the black jerseys. A quick shot on Nikke. Again, not a bad idea to test him. A chance on the doorstep, another chance, and it's being waved off. Sin, a great bit of offense from Unlucky Boys in the opening moments. How JM didn't bury that one initially, I have no idea, but contact at the top of the crease from JM is going to see that one waved off.
And that's a heartbreaker for Unlucky Boys. What a start to the game that would have been. And, just kind of some people have questioned sort of the goalie interference sort of mechanics in this game. It looks like it was Nikke actually initiating the contact, trying to go for the cover there. And it just doesn't count. And Timothy would have had a big goal right there. And that's just an unfortunate one. But if you're Unlucky Boys, you just got to push through it. Fine. We didn't score right there. Whatever. Put it behind us. Try to get the next one.
Easier said than done, of course, after getting shut out through game 1 but a promising start for them. We're going to see how the two teams respond. Chance for hREDS. Nicky Dangles dropped it back. Was unable to find Yoki on that pass. So not as high quality of a chance. Turnover here. A chance again for Nicky Dangles. Back over for Yoki. Not able to make the play. Here come Unlucky Boys again on the counterattack. Timothy going to dump this one in. Glove save by Nicky. Just snagging that one out of the air. Easy does it, right, son?
Yeah, and now a face-off opportunity for Unlucky Boys. They get this win. We've seen them try some set plays in that last game, unable to kind of get them off. We'll see if they have anything else in their bag of tricks.
Face-off one, rebound was there. JM just not able to get a hold of that one. But again, some promising stuff here from Unlucky Boys in the early stages of Game 4. Opportunity now for Teemu at the blue line, looking for space, able to get it to Benito. Tries to circle back, finds Janzo. Opportunity, tried to go across for Nicky Dangles. Great job on the collapse there by Unlucky Boys. Wenger looking for a bit of space. Tried to hit Timothy. He still has it. Can't get the shot on. Recovered down low in the corner. Now again, Yoki brings it back to the point. A little bit of space to work with. Down low still. Off the side of the net. May have hit the pad of Nicky Dangles. Or not Nicky Dangles, but just Nicky. And the opportunity down the backstretch for Nicky Dangles. Saying you got to love the double Nicky attack for hREDS.
Oh, yeah, I had some fun trying to find ways to distinguish between that and making the calls there in that first game. But, I just settled on, Nicky and Nicky Dangles. And, yeah, it makes sense in my head. And hopefully it made sense to all the viewers out there. I mean, one's a skater, one's a goaltender. If you don't understand it by now, guys, what the heck?
I agree. Let's throw the viewers under the bus. Anybody but me. After oversleeping, anybody but me. Throw the viewers under the bus. Throw Kenu under the bus. Let's throw anybody under the bus. Why not? Oh, boy. Face off here in the neutral zone again. 5 shots to nothing for Unlucky Boys through the early stages here. Very promising start after dropping that first game of this broadcast in Game 3 between these two. A 1-0 victory for hREDS, who are on the attack here again. Yoki has it down in the corner. Benito, quick pass, tried to find Nicky Dangles. Just couldn't do it. We're halfway through the first. And an interception here. Nicky Dangles tried to throw it on. Second chance, Yoki. Just not able to shovel that one home. A little bit of forechecking pressure here. Maybe a lot of forechecking pressure. Unlucky Boys trying to survive this. Forced to cut back is Timothy to settle this one down. To the neutral zone now. Another turnover. Nicky Dangles all over the puck right now. Down low in the corner. A couple of quick passes back to the point. Again, back down low. But Julius was there. They turn it over one more time. Yoki, a weak pass. Certainly not what he was looking for. And a chance on the counterattack for Unlucky Boys. Thrown back in front. Timothy was on the doorstep. Couldn't get it. And again at the corner, they score! Kuru able to find JM short side. He tucks it home. Unlucky Boys, after a great start, survive a little bit of pressure, and they're able to bury that one. A 1-0 lead for Unlucky Boys here.
And a very similar forward setup to what they had in that first goal that was disallowed. Almost a triangle right there, a rotating triangle. Either have, one guy up top in front of the goalie, 2 guys to the side. One guy rotates behind the net. In that case, the other guy moves to the side. You have 2 one-time options from there. Very good work by the front 3 of Unlucky Boys. They get the capitalization there. JM just finishing off that nice pass from Kuru. 1-0 Unlucky Boys. This is the start they needed.
Talk about how Unlucky Boys were going to respond. Let's see how hREDS respond. Again, a lucky break through that goaltender interference call, but they still end up giving up the opening goal of this game. Puck on the half wall here. Chance now for Kuru again. He sends it down low. A little bit of trouble for JM, the goal scorer, trying to win it back. Timothy throws it in front. Second chance. Just couldn't get a stick on it. Kuru, captain of the team. Couple of opportunities. Puck thrown on. Blocked out in front. Sent down. Yoki has it. Is he going to be able to make a play? Benito looking, a scramble to the front of the net. They can't come up with it. Just over 3.5 minutes to go here in the first period. Game 4. And a chance now again for Unlucky Boys on the counterattack. JM just can't pull that one through. A chance again now for Teemu, trying to help his team find a little bit of space through the neutral zone. Nicky Dangles gained the line, but then dropped it back. Chance now for Timothy of Unlucky Boys. He'll make a couple of quick passes. And again, unfortunately for Unlucky Boys, not able to maintain possession through the neutral zone. Puck down to the right of Viltzup, recovered by his team. Final minute of play here on a rush from Julius. For a bit of space, Timothy has it. Throws one on and just wide. of Nikkei. Huge opportunity there. Final 8 seconds, they win it back. Jam tries to hold on to it. Yoki was there. He's going to make a rush play here. Can't get over the blue line cleanly. Second chance for Nick Dangles, but he can't make the play in the dying moments. So Sin, a much better start there for Unlucky Boys. A 1-0 lead at the end of the first.
Yeah, not only do they have the lead, but they really didn't allow themselves to get hemmed in by hREDS as they did so often in that first game. It just felt like hREDS was just all over them, and every single chance that they were getting, they could get that second and third opportunity because they were beating them to every loose puck. Unlucky Boys, much better job there in that period to give themselves the advantage, and again, not allow hREDS to really kind of dominate the flow of play as they did in that first. And hREDS now have got to find other ways to attack here, because only one registered shot throughout the first, just not going to be quite good enough.
Absolutely. Opening face-off here. Let's see how hREDS respond again. You win that game, a dominating performance from Nikkei in goal. But right now you give up the opening goal of this game. Still trailing here. Want to make the most of winning Game 3, win Game 4, put yourself into a great situation heading into tomorrow. Good interception there by Julius. A little bit of patience on display. He's able to wait it out and make the pass. You see, though, Unlucky Boys having to make a lot of quick passes to find their way through. JM not able to hold it through the double team.
Yeah, that was a really good pass right there, and a really good move by JM to kind of split the D right there. He just couldn't angle his stick properly and to sustain the bumps.
Around the back here, Yoki again tries to find the pass in front. hREDS, I mean, it works, but the strategy perhaps a little bit predictable right now.
Yeah, I mean, they got a whole first game of seeing it. Unlucky Boys, they're able to make adjustments.
Spot on, Nikkei, a save. Perhaps not the most dangerous chance in the world, Sin, but you never know when you throw a puck on net.
Yeah, sometimes your goaltender will bat it to the corner. Sometimes he'll just kick it right into the slot for the other team to enjoy. I know you've gone through that a few times.
Oh, just a few, but it's the goal, or the joys of playing in goal that it comes with the territory, as every goaltender knows. But ultimately, Nikkei was able to make that stop. Is this one down? Danger area here, recovered though by Kuru. The center forced to drop back, having a little bit of trouble here, though, against fellow center Benito. Of course, the two centers, each leading their team, each the captain. And again, not really surprising when you talk about how important the centers are to a team's success in the ECL, especially the Elite Division. Chance here for Tamu, tries to put it on net, unable to do so. And again, recovered. Quick passes here from Unlucky Boys. They're back on the attack. Kuru, bit of space, tried to hit Timothy off the post. Second chance, still alive. Doesn't go, though. JM nearly picked up his second of the game. Kuru battling for it in the corner. He comes up with it. Back to the point. Shot on, blocked in front. Loose puck was still there. Kuru couldn't come up with it, but Sin, great bit of pressure for Unlucky Boys. And there's going to be a power play coming here. It's going to be a slash, I believe, on Benito.
Yeah, and hREDS have had trouble staying out of the box right here, but Unlucky Boys, they've got to make them pay for it here. Again, they lose the face-off. Good attack by Timothy. Oh,
yes, unable to hold on to it. Nicky Dangles comes up with it, and he's able to send it down. We talked about it, heading into this matchup. I think anybody in the know kind of knew when it comes down to it. hREDS, the discipline at times a little bit shaky. And right now, of course, nearly coming back to haunt them again, but so far so good on this kill. 1 minute down, 1 minute to go. Here come Unlucky Boys on the rush again. Kuru, though, forced to slow down a little bit. They're able to time that at the line. Great bit of defense, though, by Tamu. Makes the play and sends it all the way back down. 20 seconds to go on this man advantage. Bit of space for Timothy. Has a little bit of trouble. Nicky Dangles is there. Can't clear it. JM with the hit. Back to even strength. Jam the wraparound. Just doesn't go. Again, great bit of defense there, particularly from Tamu. For hREDS, the sauce from Yoki doesn't go. Nicky Dangles has it, throws it in front. Benito, another chance for Yoki. Puck still loose, but ultimately recovered by Viltzup. So a good momentum builder here, perhaps, for hREDS.
Yeah, I mean, a good kind of flurry of chances right there, but Viltzup kind of calm in that crease, staying where he needs to be, not panicking, not over sliding, and he keeps that puck out.
Big face-off win. Yoki tried to make the pass over, just couldn't find Nicky Dangles. Has it again, though. Opportunity, a little bit of space, sends it up to Tamu. He'll try to force his way down. Opportunity for Jansu, tried to hit Yoki. Great looks here for hREDS, just not able to put together the plays right now. Chance again here, though, for Julius. And again, you see the defenseman Sin getting a little bit more involved here, trying to open up some space. not paying off just yet. But I'll be intrigued to see if that keeps up. Opportunity for JM, and now Timothy still fighting for it. The chance. Down low in the corner, back high to Julius. And again, back down low into the corner. Trying to get that low cycle going. Wenger, Julius now. Kuru tried to throw it on. Perhaps then they just waited a little bit too long to try and make that play happen.
Yeah, I like the passing from that, but yeah, definitely Kuru's just going to have to fire that puck next time he gets it in that location. He had 2 forwards on the right-hand side, no real pass options, so your best pass option is actually a shot for a rebound.
Absolutely. Chance again here now for Yoki. hREDS on the attack. Shot on. Blocker saved by Viltsup. Second chance. Yoki nearly pulled off the wraparound. And again, a failure to clear. hREDS still on the attack. Over for Nicky Dangles. He's denied. May have hit the side of the net. Good sustained pressure for hREDS. But ultimately, Viltsup is able to find that one as it banked off the back wall. He covers with 18 seconds to go.
He has been absolutely on his game when it comes to one-time chances. He had a couple last game that he saved in the early going that were absolutely insane. Like me and Kenny were just we couldn't figure out how he got to them. And just once again, that may have hit the side of the net, but again, I think he had a great chance to save it no matter what, even if he didn't get the registered save. A great job from Viltsup here early on, and they sustained their lead. And once again, hREDS creep ahead when it comes to the possession game, the time on attack. But now in this case, they're down in this game, and Unlucky Boys with the advantage here. It looks like we're going to get perhaps another look at that one-time chance. Again, we see that so often. Behind the net, the feed out front, unable to get the one time. He didn't get the correct animation. Just a slow kind of shot there from Nicky Dangles as he picks up the pass there, as you see on the backhand, and he's, I guess, watching it back about 20 times, kind of trying to change the pass right there. But, you know, unfortunately for you, you got the shot off. But, yeah, I think Viltsup got over and just kind of nicked that and got enough of it to keep the score at 1-0.
I think we call that the HAVU special in terms of working it back in front like that. A lot of teams see it coming, but can you stop it? And unfortunately there, you know, had you seen a little bit better of a shooting animation, would have ultimately been a goal. Such a dangerous opportunity working it around from behind the net. An early icing call here. Again, third period, game 4 between hREDS and Unlucky Boys. We'll see what Unlucky Boys can do here on the attack. They turn it over. Chance for Yoki on the rush. But a great bit of defense by Wenger. And again, now here's Kuru on the rush, but not able to make anything happen. So a couple of good chances here early on. Some space through the neutral zone. Jam's going to recover this one in the corner. Gets it down low again. Kuru has a couple of options. Finds Timothy. Wrap around. Saved by Nicky. What a job to read that one. Perhaps not as quickly of a shot animation as Timothy was hoping for. Again, now still fought on for on the half wall. Battle of the centers. And hREDS are going to come up with this. Benito shot. Doesn't go. Nicky Dangles tried to throw it back in front. Loose puck. He scores! Nicky Dangles has been all over Unlucky Boys on the forecheck. And Senate pays off. We're tied at 1.
Yeah, and that was a good job. I was just going to credit Unlucky Boys. Great collapse. Great job to recover that loose puck. But unfortunately, a turnover right there in the worst possible location, right in front of the net. And Viltsup in good position, but not good enough as Nicky found that corner.
Chance here, though, for Unlucky Boys on the counter. So again, Wenger just kind of ran out of space there. Julius has it now. Nicky Dangles all over him here, though. Again, he's been everywhere. Puck down low. Kuru, a shot on from behind the net. Loose puck still there and up for grabs. Julius was in on the pinch, but not able to make the play happen. So again, hREDS tying this one up here in the early stages of the third period. Chance on the rush. Jam tried to find Timothy, but a great job there by Teemu. He's been really strong on defense all game for hREDS. Yoki, now again a couple of quick passes. Nicky Dangles tries it from the odd angle. Benito nearly found that one for hREDS. Under 11.5 to go now in this game. Still up for grabs. Yoki drops it back to the defense. Couple of give-and-go passes to look for space. Shot on. Rebound was there. Great job by the defenseman Janza to just throw that one on and see what happens. Kuru here. Tough task to work it past 3 players by yourself, and he's unable to do so.
Yeah, and now hREDS is kind of becoming a neutral zone battle here. Unlucky Boys doing a good job right now of keeping them out, and that's another offsides. hREDS didn't really have too many of those in the last game. I'd say Unlucky Boys made the adjustments they needed to at the blue line, and now as we look back to that first period, the disallowed goal, it's looking pretty big right now for Unlucky Boys, especially if this game goes to overtime or if hREDS find any way to win.
Absolutely, Julius trying to find a little bit of space here now. JM able to gain the zone, but again, you see hREDS, that layer of defense, really patrolling the blue line well here after a couple of early struggles, I would say, in that department at the beginning of this game. Giochi takes the hit, still fighting for it. Nicky Dangles comes up, but then again throws it in front. Benito is there, and he finds the back of the net. It may have been an own goal, Sin, but regardless, Nicky Dangles does it again on the forecheck. What a display. 2 goals for hREDS in the period. They're now up 2-1.
Yep, throw the puck at the net. That's what I think hREDS didn't do enough of in that first game from, just weird angles. They do it there, and they get rewarded for it.
Absolutely unlucky boys here. You strike early, but now 2 unanswered. Chance here up for Timothy. Throws it in front, still has it down low. Test the near side. Kuru just not able to test him, and again, JM the opportunity. Just doesn't find a way to go. Good response from Unlucky Boys, but they just couldn't find the back of the net. Great job there in defense by Wenger to stop that pass from going in front. But still, the hREDS forecheck right now, relentless. Timothy trying to find his way through. He's going to hand it straight to Yanzu. He's able to make a little bit of space for himself before, again, Timothy back in on the attack. Teemu looking for space. Great pass to feed Yoki. Benito tried to go back to the point, but JM was there. 2.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Time running out for Unlucky Boys. Chance here now again. JM recovers it. Back to the point. D2D. Shot and scores! The deflection from Kuru. The captain responds. Benito gets the goal. Kuru gets the response. And we're tied up at 2.
A great job right there from Unlucky Boys. Now it's their turn to start making adjustments. They're starting letting the point shots go, and Kuru right there for the deflection and exactly where he needs to be. And a great job by Unlucky Boys. Good response there. They tie the game up. A good deflection just kind of sneaks 5-hole and actually looked like it made contact with Nike there on the way in, but nonetheless, it goes in. Tie game once again. But yeah, if you're Unlucky Boys, you might want to try to strike here again. Try to catch them off guard as you did in the beginning.
2 minutes to work with here in regulation. Sim, we saw a late winner in game 3. I mean, one way or another, it's going to be a late winner here. Chance for Kuru. A little bit of space. Cuts in front. What a chance for JM. Somehow it doesn't find its way to the back of the net. JM has a goal in this game, but some could still argue he's been a bit snake-bitten. Chance for Yoki now back to the point. D2D pass here. Teemu gets it down low, and now he has it again along the half wall. Again, trying to get that low cycle going. Nicky Dangles looking for space. He'll kick it back to the point. About 30 seconds to play here. Yanzu, shot. Rebound is there. Benito just couldn't get a piece of it. Teemu tries to throw it on. It's blocked down in front. Timothy recovers for Unlucky Boys. 20 seconds to play. Stretch pass. Doesn't go. Icing is called with 18 seconds to go. Huge chance for hREDS to end this game here.
Yeah, Benito been pretty good on the draw so far. If he can win this, hREDS should get a few more chances. But if Kuru can come up, Unlucky Boys, they got to find some kind of rush play.
Tie up on the draw. Unlucky Boys come up with it. Chance here for Wenger. Drops it back for Kuru. Trouble. Here's Nicky Dangles. 10 seconds to work with. Over for Yoki. Tried to go back to Nicky Dangles. 6 to play. Dangles shot on. Rebounds there for Benito. He couldn't come up with it. Unlucky Boys will wind down the clock. And Sin, it looked like they might have dropped their second game and technically their third game in a row in this series after picking up the Game 1 victory. But a late tying goal from Angel Kuru sees this one go to OT.
Yep, and you know what? They've got a chance here. It doesn't matter too much how you got to this position. It's what you do now that you're here. Unlucky Boys. It's not a must-win game on paper, but it is, in spirit here. If you go down 3-1 against a team with as strong of a game as hREDS have, especially those forwards up there, Benito, Nicky Dangles, Yoki, I mean, they can just hurt you in so many ways on the offensive side of things. If you're Unlucky Boys, you really got to be stressing to get this goal. It's going to be so important, even this series back up at 2 games.
Absolutely some crazy action elsewhere that we can't wait to update you on, but for now, we need to focus on the task at hand. The opportunity here for hREDS to take a commanding 3-1 lead. Unlucky Boys, though, have something to say about that. Timothy has it down low. Couple of quick passes. Deflection bit in front for Kuru. Second chance. Still there. Glove save. Nicky Dangles. He robs JM. What a stop from hREDS goaltender.
And JM, at this point, he's got to be wondering, what do I have to do to score? He has been robbed numerous times here when the chips are down, and Nikke doing a great job. A quick chance.
Shot there. JM again on the doorstep. He has it down low in the corner. Kuru back to the point. Wenger has it, throws in front again. Kuru just unable to get a strong piece of that chance there. Thrown in front. Surprised we didn't see a wraparound, bid there from Wenger. May have caught the goaltender off guard. Looked like there was space, but regardless, now hREDS back on the attack, but struggling to gain the line. Space here now for JM. Can he work his way through the defense? He cannot. Great job again. Called out Teemu numerous times. He was there to pick up the loose puck. It's a great job by Janzo as well. 5 minutes gone here through this overtime. Again, a lot of updates coming your way, but for now, the fourth game of this series. Of course, we're going to look to cover, and we will be covering 2 other games as well. Brace Phantoms and HAVU Gaming coming up after this. But for now, the question is, who is going to have, if any, advantage heading in to tomorrow's action between these two teams? hREDS 1 goal away from being 1 game away. Nicky Dangles tries it from an odd angle. Viltsup was able to make the save.
Yeah, we're seeing that a lot from these two teams, kind of not afraid to look for those odd angle opportunities. Sometimes you get a favorable bounce off the goaltender, or you just have enough of an angle to just put it through the net outright. Uh-oh!
Nickliff, Yoki, the chance, Benito, the rebound. Viltsup was there. What a chance for Yoki off the stick lift. And fought for and recovered. hREDS back in on the attack. Benito finds Nicky Dangles. Back again. Teemu for Nicky Dangles. Benito, they're working it around, looking. Benito was in front. And again, Yoki doesn't pull the trigger on the shot. Thought they might be trying to set up the captain for a deflection there. Just didn't happen. Again, good screen work in front. Recovered. Loose puck, though, still. Timothy in there on the forecheck. Jam as well. But hREDS are able to survive. Risky pass pays off. We're more than halfway through this overtime. What could be the first of many, as Janzo able to take his time and find Benito now. Looking to settle it down. Unlucky Boys doing a much better job of patrolling their own blue line. Defend there, but Benito comes up with it. Has it down low. Rapid for Yoki. Benito a second chance. Nicky Dangles can't get the shot through. Would have tested Viltsup blocker side. Julius able to slow it down as well. 6.5 to go now in this overtime. They send it hard around. Timothy's going to be there. Back for JM. He just can't get a clean pickup. Wenger able to hold this one in, though. Now around the back. Timothy. Loose puck bounces back in front. But Nikke is able to track that one and make the cover.
Yeah, Nikke has just been really great down the stretch when it comes to those kind of clutch saves. That one could have taken anyone off guard, but he remained in good position, able to get the cover. But yeah, Unlucky Boys, they're really starting to get some chances here as they get a turnover.
Chance again now. Kuru dishes it back to the point. Julius sends it around, but nobody home. Chance now for hREDS if they can get this attack going. Again, Unlucky Boys have done a decent job of patrolling their own blue line through this overtime, but they give up space here. Nicky Dangles has it yet again. Looking for space. Finds Benito. Back again. They keep feeding him. He's a hot hand right now. Finds Yoki, unable to get the shot off, though. Here comes Timothy for Unlucky Boys, but he sends it over the glass. And Unlucky Boys certainly looking to dump and chase a little bit more here if the last few rushes have been any indication.
Yeah, the hREDS are doing a good job of not allowing them to enter the zone with speed. So Unlucky Boys making the proper adjustments and able to use the speed of their wingers there with those dump and chases. And I like to see it there. It could be a good opportunity for them to get it down low where their cycle game has been much stronger here in the second game.
Here's Kuru, dishes it back to Julius. One-timer blocked in front. Loose puck still there, but hREDS are able to take care of it. Yoki will hand it off to his center. Final 2 minutes, and it's a slow final 2 minutes here in overtime, so still plenty of time to work with. OT number 1. Will it be the first of a few? Nicky Dangles for Yoki. Now Benito, the captain, looking for space down low. Tries to dish it back to the point, but JM was there. Finds Kuru. Timothy still there. He has it now over the line. Slap shot on. May have hit the side of the net there. Interesting look, though, Sin. Try to catch the goaltender off guard, maybe catch him cheating. Timothy, now back to Wenger. Shot deflected just wide. Chance now again. Timothy in front. Kuru couldn't get all of that one. Still over a minute to play here, though. Nicky Dangles tried to feed Yoki. He couldn't do it. Over the line, recovered. Timothy has it. Can he make the play? Dishes it back in front, but he can't find Kuru on the pass. 1 minute to play. Yoki sends it down low. Nobody there. A little bit of trouble there. A bounce off the back wall. Nearly found its way to Viltza. Recovered now again. Still looking to get that clean breakout, and ultimately they do. JM has a little bit of trouble, though, with Teemu. Space for Timothy. He'll send it back, but nobody's there, so Unlucky Boys forced to recover in the neutral zone. 40 seconds to play in overtime. Hard around. Timothy again is going to win the race. Back down low. Kuru in front. Timothy just couldn't find a way to get a piece of that one. Here's Nicky Dangles on the other side. Tries to find Yoki. He couldn't do it. End-to-end action here in overtime. Thrown again in front. Timothy's there. A little bit of trouble. Wenger has space. Tried to throw it on. He had JM in front. Just couldn't look to get the deflection bid, though. Couldn't get a piece of it. 10 seconds to play here. Turned over. Julius for Kuru. Can't hit Timothy. 5 seconds to work with. Turned over. Sin. It's double overtime here in Game 4 between hREDS and Unlucky Boys.
Wow, and with how much we talked up hREDS throughout the season of them potentially being part of a big four here, you got to kind of start giving a lot of props to Unlucky Boys. This series is insanely even, and I mean, a double overtime here. Unlucky Boys had several chances to bury it. Same with hREDS. I mean, it's what a series we have on our hands, and I'm not. Obviously as casters, we can't cheer for a single team, but I'm only going to cheer for Unlucky Boys just because I want to see this one go to 7. Please tie this series back up. The hockey between these two teams is absolutely unreal. Such crazy back and forth action at a high pace.
Absolutely. Again, tomorrow's broadcast will be covering the remainder of the first round. We know one series that we will be covering tomorrow and one series that we will not be, because we've already seen the conclusion to that. We'll have more info on that, as well as a full post-game roundup coming for you as soon as this one reaches its conclusion. It might be here. Wenger to Julius. Loose puck, doesn't find a way home. JM is going to have nightmares tonight over these opportunities that he hasn't been able to put home. Chance here for Yanzu. Can he break down the Unlucky Boys trap game? The answer is no. We'll see what Kuru does here. He dumps it in, but again, a little bit of miscommunication. Fortunate bounce gave JM a chance to get in on that one. He just couldn't find the space. Yoki for Nicky Dangles. Couple of quick passes. Yanzu not able to find his way onside clean.
Yeah, and a good job from Unlucky Boys kind of adjusting to what hREDS were throwing at him. They've tried several different looks to gain the blue line here, and they definitely don't seem to want to dump the puck in, and so Unlucky Boys can really kind of lock down their blue line in a much better way, but you can't do it forever. Nicky Dangles in the zone, but offsides once again. That's an interesting one. He had all kinds of time.
Again, I mean, you want to talk about if hREDS walk away with the victory here and take both games here tonight. Nicky Dangles really, the two Nickies really getting it done. I mean, in goal. And again, Nicky Dangles has been so dangerous. Benito tried to shovel that one through. Couldn't do it. Nicky Dangles has it again now down in the corner. A couple of quick passes to get it back to the point. Down low again for Yoki, looking for space. Can they find it? The trap game right now paying off. The collapse from Unlucky Boys. Good pressure here, and they come up with it. Timothy forced to drop it back, but a great job on the breakout. Kuru tried to just force his way through, but JM up 98, ultimately offside there.
Yeah, and we see a lot of that kind of stuff, just trying to powering your way through. Sometimes you can get that puck through and even kind of across bodies there, as we'll often see times where a defenseman will take it in, pushing that puck in front of him with one hand, and a body will be in front of them, but because of the way the animations work, you can actually clear the zone like that and have a bit of protection in front of you as you enter.
Absolutely. Puck behind the hREDS goal here. Benito takes his time. Unlucky Boys looking like they're willing to back off a little bit and continue to trap. While hREDS, of course, have been the more aggressive team on the forecheck. Nicky Dangles has trouble. Kuru able to win that one back. Great job there. Over the line, Timothy looking for space, loses it. Yoki has a little bit of room to work with. He makes the most of it. Shot blocked down by Julius. Great job getting into that shooting lane. Lucky Boys back in possession. A little bit of trouble. Nicky Dangles is there. Yoki, Benito, denied. Melts up makes the save. Shot from the point, blocked down in front. Here comes Timothy, but he'll be forced to drop it back. Yoki was able to read the play as Julius able to chop that one into safety, but only for a moment. Tremendous forechecking pressure here from hREDS. But Unlucky Boys able to survive, at least for the moment. Step up again. Tamu has it. Down the wall. Has options. Bumped away by Jam, but again recovered. Benito. Couple of quick cycle works down low. Opportunity for Nicky Dangles. He's still in possession. What pressure from hREDS. Again, Nicky Dangles comes up with it. Now Yoki dishes it back to the point. Gets it down low again. One-timer just goes wide. Actually hit Nicky Dangles behind the nets. And a trip. Sin, unbelievable pressure from hREDS, but ultimately it cost them. Tamu's going to be called for the charge.
And we saw this so many times in game one, hREDS with crazy pressure, and then they end up taking a penalty a brief amount of time later. Now's the time. Unlucky Boys have to make them pay for this.
hREDS able to win the draw. Nicky Dangles trying to make the most of it. Benito will drop it back, and Yanzu is able to clear. So, again, we talked about it, hREDS the more willing to forecheck at this stage of the game, at this stage of the series. But that can come with consequences. But so far, a picture-perfect penalty kill. 1 minute down, 1 to go.
Yeah, and you know what? Unlucky Boys opting not to do any sort of dump work here, and they finally do the game the zone. Let's see what they do with it here.
MSC he scores! Julius is able to find the back of the net. How do you like that one? Unbelievable goal. I do love fair play to our producer, thinking that one might have been a rage quit. So, hey, cut to us so you got something to look at. Unbelievable turn of events.
Wow.
What a goal out of nowhere. Sin, Unlucky Boys tie up the series at 2 games apiece. Somebody has to take a screenshot there because I'm just losing my mind, and Sin is just... And how could you not be?
Wow.
Unlucky Boys pull it off. They make the most of the power play when it looked like they were least likely to do so. That was a tremendous start to that kill for hREDS. But all it takes is one chance. Great feed. And Julius, of all people, is able to find the back of the net. And I say of all people, I mean, it's not as if he's a bad defenseman by any means.
Yeah, his first point of the series. Yeah.
Exactly. He had no points entering tonight's action. 19 points in 30 games in the regular season, but just 2 goals. Only took 22 shots in 30 regular season games, but he is the overtime hero. Unlucky Boys able to win game 4 and tie this one up after a tremendous start to this series for hREDS. And what a play, what a goal.
Yeah, and you know what? hREDS, they did a good job throughout this, and I think Unlucky Boys, their game in this one was much better than their first one. You could even say, you know, they quote-unquote deserve to win, but, you know, nothing's handed to you when it comes to EASHL 6's. You have to earn every inch, and that was a great play right there on the power play. They stayed to their system. They didn't get frustrated. They kept, you know, they found a little bit of space. Timothy kind of streaking in on that right-hand side and able to feed the pass through for the one-time option, and that was huge. And hREDS probably a little bit frustrated. I mean, especially after that first game, only getting 1 goal when they had so many chances. And again, the second one, they kept finding ways to get that puck down low and a lot of chances. But on the flip side, I mean, you want to talk about someone not able to score. JM was just everywhere.
Who is more happy?
Yeah.
Who is more happy about that winning goal than JM after so many opportunities couldn't find their way to the back of the net, Sin?
Yeah, just, I mean, he had chance after chance. Great job from both goaltenders, especially in this series. They were phenomenal.
Absolutely. I mean, for hREDS, that's not a performance from Nicky that you would have wanted to have wasted. But again, great job by him to prove that he is hREDS #1. Unfortunately, the team in front of him just couldn't really get it done. Nicky Dangles had a great game, but Yoki and Benito, again, you talk about those forced passes, they just didn't pay off. And because of that, you find yourselves in a tied series. For Unlucky Boys, great job all around. I have to admit, they have tied this one up. We are not done in terms of hearing from this series. Again, action set for tomorrow. We're going to have more on that for you here in just a few moments. We do have to take a short break, but when we come back, we're going to see if last year's runner-up HAVU Gaming can finish off the German powerhouse known as Brace Phantoms, up 2-0 in that series. We have a lot to recap for you as we continue to follow along with the postseason, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back, or who knows, maybe Kenu will come back and we'll just keep trading places. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you for joining us again for this continued presentation of the ECL Elite Division postseason right here on NHL Gamers. Sin, heck of a series that we just witnessed. Unlucky Boys and hREDS splitting games 3 and 4, and now we turn our attention to, again, last year's runner-up, the 3 seed in HAVU Gaming, and their quest to pull off the sweep against German powerhouse Brace Phantoms, of course, the 6th seed. Very interesting matchup, of course, that we have here. But before we get into that breakdown, or actually, no, here, we can take a look at the lineup as well. Of course, we're going to get you an updated look at the standings as well, which you may have seen, of course, during that intermission. A lot to cover here, of course. Very busy day around the league. Tomorrow will be as well. But since we get a look at the lineups here, again, very capable players across the board for these teams.
Absolutely. I mean, Brace Phantoms, they have, a really good offensive system, and their players, when they're able to, establish that system and get going, they look really good. Unfortunately, when you play HAVU, some of that just has to go out the window because HAVU is just so good and they're able to take your game, crumple it up, throw it away, and throw their game right into your face.
Again, I mean, it was a surprise to not see HAVU finish in the top 2. The story of Yippee Vaskala and really their rise towards the top, although that is certainly within question. But HAVU have certainly been on that revenge tour all season long, wanting to get back to the final and get back on top of the mountain themselves. That said, let's get into the individual breakdowns here, as we always do. We're going to kick things off with the center matchup, as we have playmaker SJ for the Brace Phantoms going up against Dominointy. Now, Sin, really the start of this series, of course, it's a 2-0 lead for HAVU. And you see there, the story, it's pretty lopsided, all things considered. Back-to-back shutouts, a 5-0 and a 3-0 final. HAVU outshooting the Brace Phantoms 31-11, as well as sweeping the season series. So HAVU have had the Brace Phantoms number all season long. And really here, when you talk about this matchup here in the center matchup, of course, you always start to look at faceoffs. And playmaker in the regular season, 55% on the draw, which was the 3rd highest in the league. He's down to 41%, and that is because Dominointy is dominating, as, he is so likely to do, not just in terms, of course, of winning in the faceoff dot, but, of course, point total-wise, he was top 8 in scoring, and all around just a phenomenal player.
Yeah, and I mean, he's proven himself here once again, and we get a look at some of those regular season numbers. I mean, the differential, 14 points, is pretty absurd, but Dominointy, I mean, throughout the regular season, goal scorer and an assist guy. Here in the playoffs, more of an assist guy. No goals, 5 assists, but, when you have the likes of Flyer Kungen and Poinso next to you, it's pretty easy to sometimes to get some of those assists and not have to step up and be the goal scorer yourself.
Absolutely. There, you gotta love when the mute button just happens to skip over. It's one of those lovely things. That said, so of course, we're talking about the center matchup. We also have a very interesting winger matchup. But before we get to that, or we can cut to it now, it's all good. But I was gonna say, before we get to that, of course, you were able to conduct a couple of interviews yet again. And again, I love when you have the opportunity to do this in the way that you conduct these. We were able to hear from the captain of HAVU Gaming, that being Flyer Kungen. So let's take it over to that interview now before we continue on with the breakdown here.
Hey guys, Sin here, and right now I'm joined with Flyer Kungen of HAVU Gaming. So he's been gracious enough to come and answer a few questions for us. And first off, I got to ask, as much as you may hate to have me bring it up, last year went the way it did in the finals. You guys have kind of been on a bit of a revenge tour here. What sort of motivation did that series against Linköping last season kind of give you for this one?
Of course, it gives you a motivation because we don't like losing. We don't really like to lose the games, especially those finals games. So yeah, I think we are pretty hungry to try to win the trophy back to us this season.
All right, so your team, when we watch you really seem to kind of pride yourself in always being aggressive and attacking in all three zones of the ice. Do you guys need to mentally prepare for that sort of, mentality, or is that kind of how you naturally play, that aggression?
I think it's more natural. Like, of course, there is some teams you need to prepare like better before the games. So, I think it's more natural.
All right, and so last question here. You guys are up in this series 2-0, and you've shut out, Brace Phantoms in both of those games. What do you have to do here to kind of close things out today, or just kind of play the way you're playing?
I think we just need to play how we played on Monday. I think our history against Brace Phantoms is pretty good. Like, I think in competitive games we have never lost to them, like, single game. Inside like 2 years, so it's going to be interesting to see if they can, if they're going to play differently tonight compared to what we saw on Monday. But I'm pretty confident that we can close the series tonight and move to the semifinals.
All right, well, that's it. Thank you for joining us, and best of luck today in games 3 and 4.
Thank you.
All right, Sin. So interesting to be able to hear what, Flyer Kungen thinks about, this matchup, where they are right now, where they could potentially go as well. And again, as you get a look at the matchups, a really brutal start for Brace Phantoms, but they do have the ability to battle their way back.
Absolutely. I mean, and it's going to start, with their offense. They got to find a way to score. You can try to keep the puck out of the net. It's going to be tough against HAVU. You simply have to find a way to score. And Brace Phantoms, when they score, they look good. When they're working their system, they look good. But when they're not, well, they can kind of lay some eggs. And we see a lot of goose eggs on their sides in the stats.
Absolutely, but I mean, again, the thing to remember here, with Playmaker, their center, 50 points in 30 games in the regular season. With Krinke, of course, the left winger here that you see, 45 points through 28 regular season games. And then, of course, with Profane Kiss, you also have a different look, of course. But, 44 points through 30 games as well. So we actually do have another interview to conduct here as well, or at least that you were able to conduct earlier. And it is actually going back to the center matchup here. We wanted to get you these interviews in order. Flyer Kungen we talked to first, but Sim was also able to conduct an interview with the center, of course, that we talked about, that being Playmaker SJ. Let's take it over to that interview now and see what he had to say.
Hey guys, Sin here, back again, this time with Playmaker SJ of the Brace Phantoms, here to answer a few questions for us. So I gotta, address kind of the elephant in the room here. You guys haven't been able to score yet against HAVU Gaming. What adjustments are you guys looking to make to kind of be able to generate some more scoring chances?
We knew from the beginning that's going to be tough to score at all. The first 2 games we generated some chances, not the amount that we would have liked. For adjustments, it's always tough against HAVU. It's for us personally, it's the opponent which is the most harder to play for, to play against. Basically, we just need to compose ourselves and try to get some offensive zone time, and then just put pucks on the net, because individually they are the better team. We just gotta admit that, and we just gotta play our game, try to make the easy things right, and try to score. There's not like a thing you can do to just score against them. You just have to have a great day, and in the regular season we were able to score against them, and I know we can do that. First 2 games we couldn't, so gotta be better there. But basically just play simple, and we know we can do it, and just do it.
Yeah. All right. So HAVU, a really aggressive team kind of in all 3 zones, the forecheck, the neutral zone, then holding their own blue line. Is there any way that you guys can not only maybe get past that, but maybe even use it to your advantage, catching them off guard?
Basically we can just focus on defense. We don't have to create the game. We just have to defend, basically, and then maybe counterattack, because HAVU is going to have the puck more than us. They will have more zone time than us. We just have to deal with that fact. and go on from there. Like you can't like hold them off for the entire game. They will enter our zone, and from there on, we just have to defend really good.
All right, so last question here. We often talk about, the pressure more being on the top seeded teams as a series begins, but now you're down 2-0. Do you guys feel any sort of pressure here going into games 3 and 4 to kind of, step it up, or you'll be eliminated?
To be honest, like from the beginning, we didn't really feel any pressure. I mean, playoffs is always some pressure. It's always a different game, but yeah, we were clearly the underdog from the beginning. Yeah, we would have liked to keep it a little bit more close and in the first 2 games, which we will be trying to do today. But for me personally, I didn't really feel, or I won't be feeling any pressure in the upcoming games, because yeah, they are expected to be winning. We are expected to lose the series, and we just wanted to to keep it close, maybe win some of the games, which will hopefully be possible today, but not really any pressure for us.
All right, well, sounds good. I appreciate your time here, and good luck here in games 3 and 4.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
It's very interesting, Sin, of course, to hear what both of these guys have to say. Fantastic job with the interviews, as always. And as has been mentioned there in chat as well, there was an article about Playmaker SJ released on the website, again, today, NHLgamer.com, if you haven't checked that one out. Again, just another phenomenal piece of what this presentation is, that article. Written by Unlucky Boys Timothy. And again, a big win for Unlucky Boys that we covered for you just a few minutes ago. But again, now as we continue to set the stage here for this matchup between the Phantoms and HAVU Gaming against Sin, similar story here, and as you would expect, back-to-back shutouts, of course, for Hanselinho and HAVU Gaming. But it still have some interesting talking points when you cover these four. Of course, Mannheimer, the captain of the team, leading the way, and he's going to look to really get things going here for the Phantoms.
Yeah, and I mean, neither of these guys were slouches when it came to putting up points, in the regular season, especially goals for Mannheimer. I mean, he had 8. He was tied for 4th amongst defensemen in cycle skills, tied for 3rd in assists for defensemen. They just haven't been able to get the ball rolling here. And then on the flip side, you have, Nasu Stelia and Vilikun, and they are perhaps arguably one of the best pairings in the ECL Elite Division. They're, they have insane chemistry, and both of them can produce points, and their shutdown game equally as strong.
Absolutely. And with that, we take things over to the goaltending matchup. And Sin, it really is, an A+ quality matchup here between RPH and Hanselinho. Of course, again, Hansu perfect in the series thus far, but he's only had to make 11 saves. Whereas on the flip side for RPH, a 75 or a 74% save percentage, 31 shots, again, stopping 23 of them. But in the regular season, decent enough numbers, had 6 shutouts. So it's just been, again, a little bit of a rough go for the Phantoms for the first 2 games of this series.
Yeah, a little bit hit or miss sometimes is RPH. I mean, he'll kind of be on, then kind of be off. His save percentage through the season kind of indicated that, while his goals against was good enough, for 6th, right in line with his team. I mean, he had the 6 shutouts, which is good enough for 3rd amongst goaltenders. So he has that ability, to shut the door. But against HAVU, are you going to be able to bring that out consistently? Probably not. But at this point, you're down 2-0. They may have to be relying on him to steal a game here, and might as well try to do that there in game 3. He's going to have to be on top of it today.
Absolutely. So with that, again, as we continue to set the stage, let's bring you to the keys to success for these 2 clubs heading into games 3 and 4, kicking things off with the Brace Phantoms. And Sin, as I already alluded towards, the luck of the draw is a huge factor. Playmaker SJ going from 55% in the regular season, which was 3rd best in the league. He is at 41.5% in this series thus far. Second point here, kiss it goodbye. That being the puck, as in shoot the thing. Profane Kiss was the team's leading scorer with 26 goals on 76 shots in the regular season. He has 1 shot through 2 games in this series so far. And again, it is easier said than done to find your scoring touch when you're going up as, against as solid of a team as HAVU Gaming, but he has to find his offensive touch if the Phantoms are going to stand a chance. And then, of course, our final point, skillfully losing the puck. Psycho Skills led the Phantoms in giveaways in the regular season with a stone cold approved 316. He has 34 turnovers in 2 games so far. Now, dumping the puck in or not, leading the breakout or not, that level of poor puck possession is going to continue to sink the team, and he needs to clean that up. So a couple of difficult points are easier said than done to adjust, but again, when you're down 2-0 into the series, odds are not much is going right for you at that point in time. Sin, what are the keys for HAVU?
Well, as we take a look at HAVU, the first one has been their impeccable discipline. They're going to have to keep that up. They have not taken a single penalty in the first 2 games, and that's good because Brace had the #1 rated regular season power play. Brace Phantoms have are maybe perhaps one of the better teams at finding different one-time options all throughout the ice, which I think really fed their power play success. But HAVU completely taken the wind out of their sails by not taking any penalties. Second key here, preposterous Poinso, 7 goals in 2 games played. That is just an absolutely unbelievable start for the winger of HAVU there. And, you know, it's pretty crazy to say. I mean, like 7 goals, that's kind of ridiculous. What else can you say about that? Over 2 goals for per game. Gonna have to keep that up. And the last one here, lock it down. The top defense in the regular season and a picture-perfect start to the postseason. 2 shutouts, you only allowed 11 shots against, and your goaltender Hanselino kept every single one of those out of the net. And as we heard from Flyer Kungen, all they got to do is keep playing their game, and that includes the defensive side of things, the layers of defense that we see from HAVU and talk about so much. They're going to have to keep it up.
Absolutely. So, Sim, with that, we are just about ready for puck drop. One more look at the updated bracket as it stands. As again, we have some things to update for you. So, Sin, it looked like Yippee Vaskala were going to tie this series up after a victory in Game 3. Färjestad take Game 4. The 8th seed is 1 win away from pulling off the near impossible upset. We will have the rest of that series covered for you tomorrow, I am quite sure. Linköping pulling off the sweep against Roots. They are, of course, the first team to punch their ticket to round 2. And while they might have thought that it would be a showdown with Yippee Vaskala, imagine now, Färjestad, you're on the verge of killing one giant. But then, it might be Linköping on the other side. Of course, HAVU and Brace, games 3 and 4 coming up here for you. We covered hREDS and Unlucky Boys, games 3 and 4 as well. That was yet again another 1-1 split. So it's up to the Brace Phantoms to decide just how many series we're looking at tomorrow, and whether or not it's, the 2 series between Yippee Vaskala and Färjestad, hREDS and Unlucky Boys, or if the Phantoms are going to be able to work their way back into this series and make tomorrow's broadcast just that much more interesting. Sin, we are just about good to go. What do you think? Are the Phantoms going to be able to do it?
Well, I mean, if they're gonna do it, they need to find higher quality chances. Their system, a lot of one-timers, and a lot of those come from the points and the wings near the circles here. And while that's nice, if you have a good goaltender, Hanselino is a great goaltender. And if you're able to adjust to those, you can shut down that sort of strategy. And then when you're HAVU, you just spend so much time in the offensive end that Brace Phantoms chances few and far between, and if you're not getting the high quality ones, then it won't really pan out for you. So Brace Phantoms have got to find something else here and push for more in-tight chances to stand a chance. Otherwise, this could be a quick W for HAVU.
Absolutely. HAVU in the black and green, the home team in this one on the attack. Early chance on the doorstep, and RPH for the Phantoms able to make the save. Opportunity again, Poinso always kind of acting like a hawk around the net. I mean, he is going to find a way to get to that prime piece of real estate, and he nearly did yet again there. So again, HAVU up 2-0 in this series already. Turnover here, Dominoite gets the tuck. What a goal! HAVU picking things up where they left off the other day. Phenomenal goal, and what a start for HAVU.
And that's the patented HAVU aggression that we see in all 3 zones. I believe that was Psycho Skills trying to kind of slow things down on the breakout. The problem was Dominoite wasn't going to give up on that play. He gets the bump from behind, gets the loose puck, and then he goes with the one-handed tuck on RPH there. We mentioned how Dominointi didn't have a goal so far. Well, he's got his first of the playoffs right there, and it was a beauty.
Absolutely. I mean, again, Dominointi top 6 in goal scoring in the regular season. And you can see why we always applaud those who can pull off spectacular forechecking, and HAVU have a front three that are dangerous at any given time. So an unfortunate start for the Brace Phantoms. RPH makes a great save, but there's not much he can do about that tuck. And again, HAVU right back on the attack. Chance again, loose puck fought on for, but the captain Mannheimer able to work that one out. We'll see again how the breakout goes, and again another turnover there for Psycho Skills. Not the game that he would have wanted to really kick things off. An offside call here, though, just shy of 5 minutes into the first period. Again, a picture-perfect start for HAVU, with Dominointi scoring the opening goal.
Yeah, and Psycho Skills, a rough start, as you mentioned. I mean, we talked about his giveaways in the pregame, and then to have that sort of giveaway to Dominointi, who then scores right off the back of it, pretty rough. But as we can see now, a lot of this defense switching that Brace Phantoms do to kind of try to create space and different angles on the break-in. They're unable to come away with the puck in the offensive zone, though.
Absolutely. Flyer Kungan in on the attack here. A little bit of trouble with Psycho Skills. He's able to come up with it, but will he be able to withstand the pressure? The answer is yes, at least on that occasion. Skills looking to make the pass, finds playmaker. Now Profane Kiss down that right-hand side. Takes the huge hit from Pawanzo, and HAVU right back in on the attack. Have to slow it up just a little bit. Couple of quick passes. Nasu was able to find space. Now down low behind the Phantoms goal. Pawanzo recovers, tried to find it back in front for Flyer Kungan. Tremendous forechecking here from HAVU yet again, and the Phantoms still looking for their first goal of this series. Again, winning 17 out of 30 regular season games. They're certainly capable, and there it is! It took a little bit of luck. Playmaker shot off a leg, finds its way to Krinke in front of goal, and the Phantoms are on the board and right back in this game.
And you know what? That's what they needed to do. Just kind of throw pucks on net and be in good position for those potential rebounds. And there it happened. Playmaker, as you mentioned, kind of throw that puck towards the net looking for rebound. It bounces off a body, but it goes right to Krinke's stick, and he's sitting there on the doorstep. Hanselino, absolutely no chance. And Brace Phantoms have tied this game up at 1.
An unfortunate turn of events there for that shot. You know, the block down in front to have it find its way to the open man in front of goal. It's a frustrating one for HAVU to give up. But again, for the Phantoms, the key here against the team, as that one's just offside, key here for the team, against a team like HAVU, is to make the most of your opportunities, even if it is a gift-wrapped opportunity like that. At the end of the day, HAVU gave up that prime real estate to Playmaker, and whether it's a pass or just an unfortunate redirection, hey, every goal counts. The Phantoms will take what they can get, and we'll see if they're able to properly use that one as a momentum builder. Profane Kiss has it, gets it down low to Playmaker here in the corner. A little bit of trouble, but he gets it back to the point. One-timer deflects just wide. Krinke was there on the doorstep yet again. The opportunity again for Krinke, testing him from an odd angle. Hanselino able to make the save, but an interesting turn of events there for the Phantoms. I mean, we talked about it. Just get shots on goal. You only had 11 through 2 games, so not a bad idea, Sin, to just get the puck on net.
Definitely not. And, you know, it's something that Playmaker mentioned, you know, you're not going to be able to stop HAVU in their attack. They might even have, you know, more time on attack. Just accept that and try to make the most of your chances.
In front, puck still loose. Recovered here by Nasu. Now down into the corner. Flyer Kungan tried the sneaky play there. Opportunity after turnover. What a save. Second save by RPH. Poked away, and he just can't make the third stop. Unbelievable pressure from HAVU. Flyer Kungan able to tuck that one home. And just, Sin, you have to feel for RPH on that one. Where was the defense to help take away these chances?
Yeah, I mean, the defense, they were there, but then they're not there. They let, oh, who was that? That's Psycho Skills, unfortunately, lets 2 guys get behind him. Doesn't even have, you know, is not taking a man right there. And Flyer Kungan, just with that patented aggression and his amazing ability on the forecheck to make, you know, sometimes something out of nothing. Save after save by RPH, but he can't make that last one where Flyer Kungan just kind of angles his stick on the backhand and sends it around him. The defense for Brace Phantoms simply have to be better right there. They got to help out RPH because he made 2 ridiculous good saves at first, and he just couldn't come up with that third one.
Absolutely. HAVU back on the attack, but for how long is the question? Leading now by 1 goal for the second time in this game already. Dominointi tried to power his way through. Chance here again now. Krinke unable to make the pass. 2 players there to help defend for HAVU, covering Playmaker on that quick look. Again, rough turn of events for RPH. He's had a pretty good start to this game for the Phantoms, but there's only so much you can do with those many opportunities. There's a chance for Poanzo in front. Defended well that time by the Phantoms. Under 2 minutes to play here now, here in the first period of Game 3. Again, the Phantoms get on the board for the first time. Krinke, who took the hit there, still fought on for it here, though. By Profane Kiss, Krinke getting that goal, but HAVU able to respond. Space here for Villikun, down low for Poanzo. Takes the hit from Psycho Skills. Loose puck recovered. Opportunity, Poanzo doesn't take it. 6 seconds to play. Turned over again, Poanzo scores! What a goal in the dying moments. His 8th goal in 3 games. Poanzo continuing this fantastic pace. And it's another defensive mistake for the Phantoms that cost them here, Sin.
Absolutely, and it looks bad if you're a defenseman out there for sure, but you have to give credit to the relentless forecheck of HAVU. I mean, they don't care what the score is. They're just going to keep attacking. And, you know, I think that was a bit of a learning curve from them from last year when they took the lead against Linköping. Sometimes they may have sat back. They're not going to make that mistake this season. Doesn't matter who their opponent is. They're going to continue to attack, continue to be aggressive. And, you know, 3.3 seconds left to get another goal, making this a 2-goal game. And you said it. Who else but Poanzo letting that one trickle through off the shot. And what a first period if you're HAVU Gaming. If you're Brace, you got that first goal of the series. That's great and all, but then you also allowed 2 more in relatively quick succession, putting yourself in a bad way. Yes, defensively, you have to be better, but it's not just on Mannheimer and Psycho Skills. Everyone has to get in on the action because you know what? When you look at HAVU, they play as a unit. When one person moves, they all move. When the pucks go to one area, everyone adjusts to set up for where that loose puck is and if they get the puck or if they don't get the puck. And that's what separates the good from the great here. And we're seeing that out of HAVU early on here in Game 3.
Absolutely. I mean, again, you talk about the 3 goals. All 3 members of the forward core for HAVU involved. Dominointi started it off. Flyer Kungan reestablishes the lead. Poanzo with the insurance goal. And again, Sin, you talked about it, that slight change in mentality for HAVU as we get another look here at this opening goal from Dominointi as he just bullies Psycho Skills off the puck. And it was one of our talking points. Psycho Skills needing to clean up the turnover game, you know, just not protecting the puck well enough. And unfortunately, it paid off, you know, it was against him there. But we saw an example here. I mean, yes, a very fortunate bounce. You see what Psycho Skills, though, can bring offensively. And again, he was top 5 in terms of point production amongst defensemen. But all in all, at the end of the day, it is those defensive issues that are continuing to plague the Phantoms here. I mean, in the regular season, you know, top 5 offense, but, you know, middle of the pack defense, and we're really seeing that on display so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And HAVU, as aggressive as they are, sometimes you want to take that extra time to break it out, but you're not going to be able to. And that was the case of it on that first goal there. Wanted the extra time, but a good forecheck.
Locked down in front. Not a bad idea, though, from Psycho Skills to try and throw that one on net. HAVU back in on the attack. Flyer Kungan, bit of space in front. Big save, RPH! Despite the 3 goals against him, he's had a fantastic game thus far.
Yeah, I mean, his numbers aren't going to look good, but he's showing up and he's playing great. It's kind of, you can kind of see why he had a lower save percentage, but at the same time, he is a great goaltender.
Space here for Nasu, tried to throw it on. Loose puck, Flyer Kungan nearly came up with that one. But for the moment, it's the Brace Phantoms back in possession. Down by 2 in this game, down by 2 in this series. As they're offside here, just shy of 3 minutes into this second period. Again, we do thank you very much for joining us. Opening round action of the ECL Elite Division postseason. Of course, plenty more on the way. Game 4 will be covered here. And of course, we're really being set up for a tremendous day of action tomorrow night. We'll see what happens here again. HAVU still in on the attack. The forecheck is deceptively relentless as Dominointi just couldn't hold that one onside.
Yeah, and deceptively is such an important word, I feel like. Oftentimes you can kind of really notice a forecheck taking place, but HAVU, sometimes it looks like they're dropping back, and then you're like, oh, you're looking at two bodies on the forecheck, you're like, okay, I can pass now, and then in comes the third right in that passing lane. So yeah, you said it right. Deceptively aggressive, and that's what HAVU does so well. Great
Playmaker gets run over by the freight train known as Flyer Coogan. Again, HAVU just not able to time it correctly, but Brace Phantoms right now, Sin, have they, aside from one instance, I believe, they haven't seen much of the offensive zone to start the second period.
Not a whole lot, and you know, a lot of the times they're trying to get their own breakouts going. Once again in the neutral zone, HAVU forcing a turnover. They go offsides again, but yeah, to the point. I mean, Brace Phantoms just have been hard for them to set up in the offensive zone, but it's hard for them at times to even get out of their own zone. And when we do see them do that, a lot of kind of time that they spend trying to, you know, switch things around and spread people out in the neutral zone, but it just doesn't work.
Ooh, Flyer Coogan was nearly able to throw that one in front off the spin move. The help was just a little bit late on that one. Chance here for Krinka, the goal scorer for the Phantoms, the only goal scorer in this postseason thus far for the Phantoms. Psycho Skills, the Mannheimer does not go. They love that 1T to set up Mannheimer. Space here down the other way, though. Pawanzo can't get the pass in front for Dominointi. Is Flyer Coogan able to recover? Looked for the deflection bid for Dominointi as well. Second chance here for the centerman. Opportunity off the back of the pads, but it does not go past RPH. Trouble here. You see the forecheck again. Psycho Skills able to recover it. A lot of trouble here. Profane Kiss going to lose it on the double team. He's able to regain it, though. But for how long? Look at the pressure. Mannheimer has it. Able to send it down. The Phantoms somehow survive that. Krinka able to gain the zone, but not cleanly. Recovered. Playmaker throws it on. Big save by Hanselinho.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. They don't let you get started, HAVU Gaming. They're so strong. But finally, Brace with some offensive zone time.
Mannheimer steps in, again looking for an option. Throws it down low. Profane Kiss able to recover. Again, having trouble getting into these shooting lanes. They look to throw it on. Loose puck still there. Fought off the line there for a moment. Now back up to the point. Psycho Skills looking for space. Has it. Shot doesn't go. Krink had a second chance. Can't tuck it top shelf. The opportunity now for HAVU on the counterattack. Big stretch past to Villikun. Great look for Flyer Coogan. Throw him back in front. Loose puck recovered. Opportunity. Just deflects wide. Powanzo nearly had another one there. Final 5 minutes of play here in the second period. A little bit of a mistimed pass there. I think Krinke thought that stretch pass was coming to him.
Yeah, definitely, and they might have wanted that, but HAVU's so good at kind of reading those plays and cutting off the lanes. And you know what Brace does? They like to seemingly slow it down on the breakouts and trying to get into the zone. The problem is that completely plays into HAVU's strengths. You slow it down, HAVU can forecheck you. You take your time through the neutral zone, HAVU can hold the blue line. So it's just like, what do you do? You also can't really rush through the neutral zone either, because HAVU can make you pay with their counterattack. If you're Brace Phantoms, you're kind of between a rock and a hard place. How do you even get by this relentless assault of HAVU Gaming?
So tough, too, when you see Dominointi as effective as he is on the back check. Chance here, though. Psycho Skills is going to maintain possession. Mannheimer has it, throws it over to Playmaker. Recovered now by Profane Kiss in the corner. Again, Psycho Skills looking, tried to hit Kiss. He was able to find him. Playmaker now down low. Profane Kiss tries to make the pass, just can't do it. There's no space. HAVU able to, really patrol the net so effectively. The opportunity for Psycho Skills doesn't go. Recovered by Pawanzo. Still plenty of time here for HAVU to work. Pawanzo in the zone. Can't hold it. Flyer Coogan, though, able to knock it loose. They dished it back to Nasu. 5 seconds to go. Hits Dominointi. Little bit of trouble here. Playmaker is able to send it all the way down to kill off this second period. So the scoreline holds through the last 20 minutes. But again, not what you need for the Brace Phantoms, the lack of offense right now. I mean, again, it's what came first, the chicken or the egg. Is it because Brace is struggling, or is it because of HAVU? Is it both? But at the end of the day, right now, they are in serious danger of falling down 3-0 in this series.
Yeah, I mean, the chicken or the egg. I mean, in my opinion, a circle has no beginning, and you can attribute Brace struggling to, HAVU just being so good and so aggressive, and you can attribute HAVU being aggressive because they sense that, maybe the weakness there. I do like Brace. They're getting their chances, and they're starting to throw more on. They're doing what they need to do. It's just the problem is they're having trouble finding the back of the net, and the problem is they've allowed 3 already, and RPH is playing almost as good as he can right there. But you can see on that play, Psycho Skills allows himself to give up that ice right there on the corner boards, and we're going to see it again right here. Someone in the middle, no one there to challenge him, just kind of creeps through. And Brace as a team need to just do a bit better job. I can understand why they're a bit antsy. They want to get out of their zone. They want to establish that offense, but you see it oftentimes when that puck goes loose. Some of the forwards start turning up the ice, and you can't do that until you get that full possession. If you're going to have a slow breakout and a slow break-in, you might as well have all forwards trying to defend as well the whole time until you get that puck 100%.
Absolutely. Kiss throws that one on, doesn't go. I mean, again, you talk about the Brace Phantoms, though. An opportunity there yet again on the doorstep. Strong start here. Trinket tried to throw that one on. Profane Kiss now back to the point. Psycho Skills across. Second chance for Playmaker. Doesn't go. But a much better start here for the Phantoms. And Sin, that kind of alludes to the point that I was going to bring up to begin with. At the end of the day, 16 teams, 8 make the playoff. Brace Phantoms, top 6 in the league. They're here for a reason. Opportunity. Flyer Kungen can't get it on the backhand. We'll see what they're able to do here on the rush. Again, the Phantoms more than capable. But it just goes to show the level that HAVU typically play at. This one's not over. They still have plenty of time to work with. Psycho Skills looking. Finds the pass. Gets it right back. Quick give and go with Profane Kiss. Running into a bit of trouble with Nasu there. And again recovered by HAVU. Space here for Flyer Kungen. Slap shot. Rebound. Loose puck is recovered by Krinkis. And not often you see the slap shot to generate the rebound there. More often than not, people go for the wrist shot, but it nearly paid off.
Yeah, it really did, and that just shows you the level of HAVU, that their ability to improvise and to get what they want. But Brace, a much better start here. They get the offensive zone once again. Chance!
Back in front, Krinke elected not to shoot from the odd angle. Can Brace Phantoms afford that, Sin, to look for the extra pass, or is it just a matter of get anything you can on net, again, for a team that only had 11 shots through 2 games?
I think they can, because they've shown that they're willing to throw those odd angles on early on. So Hanselino has to respect that. They might be able to open up some space for the middle.
Thrown again into the middle by Psycho Skills. Could not find the pass to Krinke. Again, the Phantoms looking a little bit better here. Pawanso, Flyer Kungen scores! What a play! You're never out of it, even when you think the pass is off the mark. Unbelievable effort there off the stick lift. And Sin, that might be it for the Phantoms in this one.
Yeah, how do you even react to that quick enough as a defenseman? You just picked the pass off, and Flyer Kungen right there with a perfectly timed stick lift to steal it, and then the shot as well to beat your goaltender, and now it's a 3-goal lead here as we approach the halfway mark in the third, and HAVU, on top of the things right now.
Absolutely, that front 3 dangerous at all times. A tremendous play from Flyer Kungen. Chance though for Playmaker! And I want to say he ties it up. He gets it right back. Long way to go to tie it up, all things considered. But what a response. Top shelf was the T word that we were looking for there. Again, still a long way from tying this one up, but what a goal there for Playmaker. And the Phantoms get right back into it.
Yeah, and a great job by him kind of weaving his way through, and then again, didn't look for that extra pass. He had a good shooting lane. He took the shot. He beat Hanselino. And you know what? You have 2 goals now. You're back to only a 2-goal deficit. You know you can score on this team now. Keep doing what you're doing, and you never know what will happen here in the last 10 minutes.
Second time now in this game that we've seen the Brace Phantoms really being able to respond. We'll see what happens here. Pawanso nearly picked that one up. Halfway through this third period, the Phantoms getting their first 2 goals of this series here in Game 3. Psycho Skills nearly turned that one over yet again. Again, quickly running out of time here if the neutral zone battle is going to persist. No icing on this one as Mannheimer recovers. A little bit of trouble with Pawanso, but he's able to get it out. Krinke down that left-hand side. Not much space to work with. Psycho Skills able to get it into the zone. Now Playmaker throws on deflection bit. Second chance for Krinke. Just doesn't go. Hanselino able to track that one down. 7.5 to go. Big save there for HAVU.
Yeah, and playmaker SJ is stepping up in huge ways for his team. That was such a smart decision to throw that puck on net. Got the deflection bid and the chance out front on the rebound. Just couldn't go in.
Okay, not able to pull the trigger on that one. Defended well by Billy Kuhn. And Flyer Kuhn getting a chance now here again on the attack. Profane Kiss for playmaker. Tried to go back to Kiss. Wasn't able to find the pass, though. Opportunity again now for playmaker SJ in the corner. But again, trouble. The defense for HAVU. You give them time to really get established and set up, you're going to have a bad time. It's Flyer Kungan on the half wall. Great job in puck protection here. Tries to kick it loose. Recovered though still. Flyer Kungan toe drag stepping in. And it's in! What a goal! Somehow it finds its way to Dominoiti into the slot. A wide open net to shoot at for HAVU. It's his second goal of the game. And Sin, that might do it for the Phantoms, I would think.
Yeah, well, we said that last time they came back and got a quick one, but time being the biggest factor right here, I think you are right. Another 3-goal lead for them with even less time left here in the third period, and it's incredible how often HAVU seems to get the bounces and get these loose pucks, but after a while, you can't keep chalking it up to luck or coincidence. They're putting themselves in position and with good spacing in that offensive zone to kind of give themselves the best chance to find those loose pucks, and it pays off right there. Dominoiti finds it, gets himself into that slot area, and has an almost empty net to shoot at and put that one away.
The overbearing front three. Flyer Kungan never giving up on the play. A great toe drag to open up space. Now here's Pawanso. Gets it down low here for Nasu, but Psycho Skills able to defend for the moment. Under 3 minutes to go now for the Phantoms. Again, just looking to maybe build some momentum here in the dying moments of the third period of Game 3. Game 4, again, coming up, so don't go anywhere. And we're going to see if HAVU are able to respond in kind to what Linköping pulled off. Opportunity here, though, again, still Flyer Kungan on the puck in front. Dominoiti denied on the doorstep by RPH. But, Sam, we talked about it all season long. Linköping and HAVU, are we going to see a rematch in the final? It's possible with the way the standings played out. Linköping, first team to punch their ticket to the second round. HAVU have a chance to get it done. Here's Krinka, though. A little bit of space. Nasu in chase, and he scores! Great job on the backhand by Krinka to tuck that one, his second of the game. So again, Sin, you talk about it, maybe a little bit of something to build upon here for the Phantoms heading into Game 4. It's not a guarantee that HAVU are going to match what Linköping did. Great goal there.
Definitely not. And Brace Phantoms did a much better job on the offensive side of things, and a good job from Krinka there. It's sometimes tough to beat a goalie on the backhand when he goes spread eagle like that, but he's able to get the lift that he needs. And, 2 goals to make up here still, yes, but you do have a minute, and it is the real-time minute, so anything can happen here. But Brace really going to have to find another way to get a quick one. They need it on the face-off win here.
Absolutely, and they do get possession right off the draw. Playmaker tried to find Krinke again on a brace in this one for the Brace Phantoms. Between the legs pass, second chance there for Kiss, still doesn't go. And HAVU's going to go to the power play. Sid, you can't blame the Phantoms for being that aggressive. Didn't see who that was that's going to the box. I think it's Profane Kiss. A between the legs pass. Why not break out the...
Playmaker.
It is Playmaker, you are correct. Why not break out the little bit of flair here? Opportunity, puck still alive. Powanso has it down low, banks it off the back of the net. Chance here for Flyer Kogan, trying to slap shot from point blank range. This one kicked out, not all the way out though, recovered again. Powanso is open, Dominoiti has it, finds Powanso, but it's denied. RPH, another great save. One of the better goaltending performances from the goalie, who has given up 5 in this game. Wide open, Powanso and Billy Kuhn denied by the blocker of RPH. Unselfish from Powanso to drop pass it off to his defenseman. It does not pay off at the end of the day, though. HAVU take this one 5-3 is your final score here in Game 3. HAVU now just 1 win away from punching their ticket back to the second round.
Yeah, and maybe Powanso and HAVU getting a bit, kind of flashy there at the end, or maybe it's a case of a prolific goal scorer trying to get, his defenseman in on the action, and his first goal of the playoffs there wasn't meant to be another solid save by RPH. And yeah, you said it, he allowed 5 goals, but I mean, his goaltending performance, it could have been easily another 3 more. He was absolutely fantastic between the pipes, and it comes down to the defense in front of him, the team defense in front of him just simply not being good enough. But it's hard to be good enough against HAVU just with how strong they are on the offensive side, how aggressive they are on the forecheck. It feels like unrelenting pressure if you're a goaltender.
Absolutely. I mean, how do you put up with that? You know, the potential turnovers, the quick chances being developed out of nowhere by HAVU. It really is their calling card with that forechecking aggression, and it paid off there in spades yet again. So for HAVU, of course, you mentioned, you know, a prolific goal scorer for Powanso, 22 goals in 28 games in the regular season. He had 7 goals in 2 games, and of course, is able to pick up another one there in that game. Dominointi and Flyer Kungan on point. Didn't get to mention them too much, but Nasu and Villikun as well, also solid. And Hanselino made some big saves when it was necessary, but obviously when the ice is, and again, you know, this expression has some different meanings to some, but when the ice is a little bit tilted towards one side rather than the other, of course, you happen to mention certain names a little bit more. So again, you know, HAVU probably not the defensive display that they wanted. You could probably tack on the last goal as just we were just being aggressive and not as defensively responsible because the game was, you know, pretty much well and done at that point in time. But at the end of the day, we saw really the best of HAVU in terms of their ability to capitalize. You know, Brace Phantoms, they get a chance, they get on the board. Oh, HAVU got it right back. Not a big deal. You know, just pretty much rolls off of them and they go right back to their game.
Yeah, and, you know, Brace Phantoms, you know, you can kind of build off that. You started to score some goals, and you got 3 goals against this team who was, as we mentioned, the top defensive team. So that is a bit of a building block. But, yeah, you also allowed 5. You know, it's a tough situation if you're Brace Phantoms. You're facing such a good team at all ends of the ice, and, you know, it almost seems insurmountable when you're going up against them. And now, for sure, I mean, a 3-game differential. Now it's, you know, it's looking pretty much over for Brace Phantoms unless it's a miracle. But if you're them, you know, they mentioned, let's at least try to win a game or so here. And, well, they got to do it in this next one, or HAVU is off to the second round. And Brace Phantoms, I got to wait till next season.
Absolutely. I mean, again, it's been a strong season for the Phantoms, all things considered. Again, we talked about it with RPH. I mean, one of the better goaltending performances you're ever going to see for someone who allowed 5 goals. And that scoreline, as you mentioned, really could have been significantly worse, all things considered. But there you see it. For the moment, the updated look at the bracket. Again, we talked about it on Monday as we covered the first 2 games of that series. Färjestad taking the first 2 against our number 1 seed in Jyväskylä. Yep, able to take game 3. Looked like, okay, we're right back on track. No. Färjestad take game 4. They have a 3-1 series lead on the number 1 seed. Sin, it is unbelievable, but all they have to do is win 1 more game.
Yeah, and you know what? I think, if I recall correctly from the information we got, Färjestad took the 3-2 lead with like less than a minute left in that game too. So if you're Jyväskylä, it's like, what is happening to us right now? Are we melting down, or is Färjestad just continuing to capitalize on the chances they get? I mean, it's pretty special to see what Färjestad is doing, especially considering the way they made it into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Now, again, a thing to keep in mind that teams do reseed. That way the best seed always plays the worst from the regular season. So the bracket is, it's going to make a gigantic difference here in terms of how this one plays out. So time will tell there. But again, Linköping punching their ticket. The defending champions are already off to the second round as they pulled off the sweep against Roots. A tough end to their season. But Sin, I think most of these teams at the bottom kind of knew that it was going to be a tough road. I mean, Brace Phantoms here now down 3-0 to HAVU, although Färjestad, of course, putting a little bit of a twist to the tail on that one. But you look at Unlucky Boys and hREDS. We covered that series, of course, earlier in this broadcast. That series tied up at 2 apiece. Again, heading into tomorrow's broadcast. Same bat time, same bat channel here. Drop us a follow, of course, here on Twitch if you have not already done so. And, of course, follow us on all the socials as well for when we go live, baby. Instagram, Twitter, you know the deal. And, of course, NHLgamer.com for all the information that you need. But, again, this next game here is really going to go a long way in determining what we see in tomorrow's broadcast. Of course, we know we're going to be following along with the Yip and Fariestad series, hREDS and Unlucky Boys. But will the Brace Phantoms be able to make the most of it? And what do they have to do to make sure that we're talking about them tomorrow, aside from just mentioning that HAVU swept them?
They gotta do what they did offensively in this last game, but they have to be monumentally better defensively. And you know what? I know they're more comfortable with a slower breakout, but maybe it's going to be hard to make the adjustment on the fly, but maybe you got to try to get those pucks out quicker. But on the flip side, if you rush a pass, you know, it's still an interception for HAVU, but at least try to get it out into the neutral zone, because it looks very, very bad when Psycho Skills kind of skated all the way back into his zone to try to slow things down on the breakout, and he gets just pushed off the puck by Dominointu, who scores for that opening marker. I mean, it's a big blow early on for that to happen here. So if Brace Phantoms is comfortable with a faster breakout, I think they're going to have to try to do that and try to, you know, catch HAVU napping, you know, in their aggression, try to keep them off guard, get around that neutral zone trap and the blue line stand as quickly as possible, or else it'll be tough to gain the zone.
That space, that timing to be able to settle things down and look for a clean breakout, that's not something you're going to be able to do against HAVU. They are not going to elect to give you that opportunity. It's in-your-face hockey at all times. HAVU in the white, the Brace Phantoms in the red and black. Game 4 is underway. The Phantoms, their backs against the wall, facing elimination and following that 5-3 defeat in Game 3, and we're going to see if they can clean things up a little bit defensively while still maintaining that offensive pressure. Unbelievable pressure there on Playmaker. Drop back to the point again. Nasu, couple of quick passes. Flyer Kungan banks it off a defenseman's skates and on net, but RPH is able to make the save.
Yeah, good job from RPH. Didn't commit too hard to the wrap. He was still, you know, in a position where he could have moved over to defend against that if necessary, but also had to be careful of that one-time pass out front, and he did just that. Good job by him.
Good job there as well by Mannheimer to step up and take that one off the draw. A little bit of trouble there. Pawanso's on him. And again, that's just not something that you're going to be able to get away with on most occasions. But they avoid that, you know, disaster there. Big hit by Profane Kiss, but not able to knock the puck loose. HAVU still in possession. Pawanso back for Nasu. Shot on, deflection, rebound. Another big save by RPH. Dominointi denied on the doorstep there. Chance now down the other way. Psycho Skills looking to step up. Loose puck now in the slot, recovered by HAVU. So a couple of good chances early on here for HAVU. Again, not the start that really the Brace Phantoms were looking for. They nearly generated a turnover there, but as you can see, Sid, I mean, right now for the Phantoms, it's clear trap game and try to counterattack, but perhaps a switch up to just being as aggressive as you can be is the way to go, because when you invite that pressure from HAVU, you win the puck back, but you're then getting in trouble when you once get possession back, but then try to get the breakout because HAVU's already in your face.
Yeah, and that's what Brace kind of did there at the tail end of the third of last game. Got really aggressive, and it worked for them. I'd say do it from the start now. Don't even take any time off. Just get on their faces.
Playmaker now. Get on their faces, says Sin. Mannheimer denied the opportunity there. I mean, I'm just gonna let that one go from there. Yeah. But that is my new favorite expression of the broadcast. For those of you keeping track, in terms of an offensive strategy, Uncle Sin says get on their faces. The opportunity here. Again, nice turnover. The opportunity does not go for Krinke again. 2 out of the 3 goals for the Brace Phantoms in that last game. Opportunity here, though, again now for HAVU down the other end. Flyer Coogan sends it low. Pawanso tried to wrap around. RPH was there. A big stop, all things considered. Really, any stop right now for RPH is a big stop at this stage.
Yeah, and because HAVU, they're going to keep getting those chances, and they're going to get scary chances, continually. You're not really going to be able to ever stop that. As a jump right there causes Playmaker to get a free face-off win. But yeah, RPH, again, continuing his strong play, and Brace Phantoms need to spend more time on this side of the ice to give him some relief.
Absolutely. Pawanso able to force his way through. Flyer Kungan, the big spin. Back for Pawanso now again. Flyer Kungan tests him. RPH able to make yet another stop. And Sin, we're going to see a power play coming up here for the Phantoms. Profane Kiss down that right side wall. Back to the point. Shot on, denied by Hanselino, but recovered again by the Phantoms. Not for long, though, but a huge opportunity here for Brace.
Yeah, and finally, HAVU take a penalty for the first time in this series, and the Brace Phantoms will go on the power play. We'll see that #1 regular season power play get to work here.
Absolutely. Let's see how this one plays out off the draw. Recovered here by HAVU, and they're going to elect to send this one down, but I suspect Polanco will still be looking to capitalize here. Maybe not. Willing to drop back here. Electing to invite the pressure. Chance here. Psycho Skills now again for Playmaker. The Phantoms looking for space. One-time bid from Mannheimer doesn't go. You could see that one coming. But Hanselino was able to read that one as well. Mannheimer again tried to go back to Psycho Skills. He couldn't handle it. 45 seconds to go on the man advantage.
Yeah, maybe one too many passes there on that last play. Just get the puck to the net at some point. You have a great power play, but you are going up against the top penalty kill as well. So kind of clash of the special teams. Titans here, missed pass. Oh, and
communication. Dominoiti recovers. We're back to 5-on-5. Polanco in the corner. Drives the net. Does not go. Another big opportunity here for HAVU, but somehow RPH sticking with them on these attacks. Space here for Psycho Skills. Gets the shot off, denied by Hanselino yet again. Those goaltenders coming up with some big saves here. Still haven't seen the opening goal. We might see it here, though. Flyer Coogan loses it on the pressure. Final minute of play here in the first. Krinken not able to work his way through there. Again, Nasu looking for space. A couple of quick passes there, though. Great job, though, by the Phantoms to shut things down. Opportunity. Krinken with a little bit of space. Gets stick lifted from the back, though. Still in possession. Still fighting for it, at least. But as Villikun is able to come up with it, wind down the clock, and that brings us to the end of the first period. A win for the Phantoms, having not given up a goal, perhaps?
Absolutely. You didn't surrender a goal. You're still in striking distance, and your offense has looked pretty good. And it's just you made the adjustment you needed to do and not allow HAVU to get on the board early and take that advantage early. Again, we've seen Brace Phantoms. Their offense has been getting better. They looked great in last game. It was their defense that was the issue. Now they shored up the defensive supports. They had some good offensive chances, just weren't able to put one in the net here. So it might be a bit frustrating for them, but on the same side, you are still tied. You still have a chance here. You're still alive. And just keep powering through, keep pushing, and you never know. Could get rewarded with a few goals here and pick yourself up a win.
Absolutely. I mean, again, still plenty of time to work with here, though. And I mean, again, I'm going to be very intrigued to see whether or not the Phantoms really start to just throw the puck on net a little bit more often as we go through here. But again, hell of a job by RPH. Look at that stop on the doorstep, that secondary save. Unbelievable work.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the shot from the point, one guy got a whack at it. I think it went off his toe, then he moves over for the tertiary chance, and that one he keeps out as well. I mean, RPH has been on point in this one. It's just that now his defense is helping him out quite a bit more, and that's sort of stifling HAVU's attack right now, and they haven't gotten on the scoreboard, but we'll see what happens here in the second.
Absolutely. Chance here for HAVU. Defended well, though, by the Phantoms to start things off. Krinken able to recover that one, still looking for a bit of space, but Flyer Coogan's there to take it away. 2-1-1 developing. Polanco, toe drag shot, just blocked down in front. Recovered, though, here by Flyer Coogan. Dominoiti can't get the shot through, he does there, but RPH is able to make yet another stop. Great chance early on here for HAVU.
Yeah, and the defense of Brace Phantoms, as I said, doing a much better job here, and they're starting to not allow those second, third opportunities, and right there is RPH getting the smother on the puck from an interesting shot that found its way towards the net and almost could have caught him off guard if he hadn't been in almost perfect position as he has been for so much of these two games.
Absolutely, a great defensive zone draw in for Playmaker. Defense to offense here for the Phantoms, but a little bit of trouble for Krinken. Still had it for the moment. Ultimately recovered by HAVU. Here comes Dominoiti now. Tried the big stretch pass to Polanco, but didn't go. He's able to regain possession. Flyer Coogan now dishes it off. Couple of quick passes. Have no idea how they timed that one, Sim, but we've seen that from all the top teams in the ECL Elite Division. Unbelievable timing on the blue line. The opportunity here now, though. Profane Kiss doesn't get the pass. Great interception by Nasu for HAVU, and they're right back on the attack. Flyer Coogan gains the line. Tried to throw it in, but defended well. Psycho Skills picks that one up. You see there, HAVU perhaps, backing off the pressure just a little bit. Looking to back off and then step up at the line. Chance here, though, near post. It doesn't go. Good opportunity there for Villikun. Let's see how Psycho Skills responds. Errant pass there, but still the Phantoms able to maintain possession. Psycho Skills again looking for space. They're able to time it at the line somehow, some way. Sauced across through the neutral zone, or through the slot, I should say. Not able to find Krinke there on the play, but a much better job of getting through the neutral zone. Shot on there by Krinke. The Phantoms picking things up a little bit. We'll see, though. Are they just being lured into a false sense of security? Pawanso draws the trip. Unbelievable speed. And just like that, Sin, any kind of good vibes that you were picking up if you're a member of the Phantoms, your captain forced to take a penalty there.
Yeah, Mannheimer, it was a good job with his defensive skill stick, and if you're a defenseman, you could feel the frustration there. You have your defensive skill stick out, the guy kind of skates into your stick with his knee, and that ends up with a trip, but nonetheless, they're in the box now, and HAVU, a chance to take the lead here on the power play. Good face-off win.
Playmaker really stepping up on the draws here thus far. Recovered though here, Dominoiti has it. The pass is here, up high, as we expect. Down low now. Flyer Kungan back to the point. HAVU willing to take their time, looking for one chance in particular. Again now, down low in the corner. Taking their time, 1 minute gone from the power play. Looking for a little bit of space, and they find it! Clinical finishing! HAVU strike, it's Flyer Kungan in front. One captain to the box, the other captain on the board.
Yep, and just a clinical sort of power play for them. And as good as Brace Phantom's power play was throughout the season, their penalty kill, you could say, equally as bad. Ranked 14th, only 66%. They get exposed right there. An excellent pass into the slot, and he's got all the space in the world to shoot one-on-one with the goaltender there, and makes no mistake on the bit of the one-time chance. And RPH, while in good position, a shot that in tight, you don't always get that save animation you want, and your reaction time, it's hard to react from that in tight, and he's unable to do so there. HAVU capitalizing on the power play, 1-0 here, and Brace Phantoms, now they got to try to get back into it. A turnover.
Flyer Kungan has it. Pawanso still with them. Flyer nearly works his way through, but RPH is able to make the stop on that one. So again, Sim, we talked about it for the Phantoms, starting to work your way into this one, hanging in there. You give up a goal on the penalty kill. Again, a picture-perfect power play for HAVU. All things considered, another big defensive zone draw here. This time they come up with it. Pawanso not able to bury it. RPH able to come up with that stop yet again. Things looking like they might be, slipping away from the Phantoms here on the backstage of this second period. With an opportunity now, Playmaker nearly able to find his way through, but quickly it goes to waste. And Sin, that quickly HAVU right back on the attack. Dominoiti fend it off for the moment. Pawanso not able to test the near post. Still on the attack, though. RPH unable to hold that one. Psycho Skills recovers here for the Phantoms. Trouble, though. It was Flyer Kungan still in on the attack. The big stretch pass there. Profane kiss now. Playmaker, but it's Billy Kuhn there. Able to take it away. So right now, HAVU definitely feeling better about their game, I would say.
Yeah, and I'm not too sure if Brace Phantoms are comfortable with those slap passes there, but it was a good opportunity for Psycho Skills. He had Profane's kiss, who could have gotten the step and got the slap pass either with a wrap around the boards or a bounce up top, but they may just not practice that or may not be looking for it. They definitely seem like a more methodical breakout and break-in team. But now HAVU starting to make them pay for that sort of style as they get on the attack again.
Alonso has it. Rapid just doesn't go. The defense there again for the Phantoms. Now 2 minutes to play here in the second period of Game 4. HAVU looking to wrap up this series. They have the lead. And the power play goal from the captain, Flyer Kungan. A couple of goals here. Had one goal for the first 2 games. Gotten on the scoreboard a couple of times here in this broadcast. A chance now. Playmaker, a bit of space. Profane Kiss has it in the corner. Dishes it back to the point. Psycho Skills has options. Sauces it through the slot. Nobody home. 3 seconds here. Turned over. And HAVU will wind down the clock. 20 minutes away from punching their ticket to the semifinal. We'll see whether or not they're able to do so soon as we'll get another look at that power play goal here. What do the Phantoms have to do?
Well, they did what they needed to do. They made the defensive adjustments to sort of, keep HAVU from scoring that much. The flip side now is they haven't been able to score again. So it's kind of starting to feel a bit, helpless for them. You fix one thing, another thing breaks. You don't have one thing, and something else is popping up. And, for HAVU, I think they actually made some adjustments too. They look, they probably weren't happy with giving up 3 goals there in that third game. So, only scored 1 goal, but their confidence in their defense, they could probably hold this lead, and they don't want to give up any easy ones there to the Brace Phantoms. They're doing a good job with the collapse and getting in the way of those shooting lanes, especially when it comes to those one-time options. That's what they're going to need to do here. And, I don't think we're done seeing them score. I don't think we're done seeing that HAVU aggression. Again, they're not going to be a type of team to sit back anymore, as, they're so good. They learned from all those, mistakes that they made last season in that finals against Linköping, and they got the killer instinct now. I think they're going to smell that blood in the water and really go for the throat here in the third, while still doing a good job of helping Hanselinho out and, protecting their own net and their own zone.
All or nothing as it stands. There is no tomorrow for the Brace Phantoms in this ECL season 10, of course. It's all on the line. They need to find a way to get back into this one. Crick able to pick that one up over the line. The spin move, though, Flyer Kungen was able to easily take that one away. Dominointy, a bit of space down the other way. A little bit of trouble there, though, as Crick was able to recover. So a little bit of anything you can do, I can do better there. Psycho Skills loses it at the line. Space for Nasu to try and work it through. Finds Dominointy. Near post test. Puck still loose, but RPH is able to come up with the save. Big defensive zone draw here coming up in the early stages of this third period.
And you don't see it too often, but they are very capable when they want to in HAVU. Nasu and Ville able to lead that rush, and it led to a really good offensive chance right there, too. Just RPH sealed off the post.
Absolutely. Puck now down in the corner. Dish back up high and again down low. In front, Dominointy was right there. But a last-second bit of contact took away a sure goal for HAVU. So, for Brace Phantoms, your life flashing before your eyes on that one. Still, though, you got to get your game together. Dominointy bumped off at the blue line, so it'll be an offside call here. Gensen, all or nothing for Brace at this point.
You have to score a goal. You have to even it up at least, and you have to ideally not surrender a single goal again. It's going to be a tall order, but I like their defensive adjustments here in this game. They just got to find a way to get onto the board. That being said, HAVU looks like their aggression has been cranked up to 11 once again. They're on the attack.
Alonso down low in the corner, still has it in front. Dominointy denied again. They nearly got them with the same play. Again, just a little bit of contact, though. Stifles the full potential of that shot. Psycho Skills fires one wide. Great job of working his way through the traffic. Playmaker tried to throw that one on. Again, picked off. Good job there by the Phantoms. You see that little bit of extra aggression nearly paid off there. Pawanso down low in the corner, looks to cut his way in front. Loose puck recovered by Playmaker. Now Profane Kiss, a little bit of trouble. Pawanso, Dominointy does not go. What an opportunity again. Flyer Kungen back to the point. Shot on for Villikun, doesn't go. And again, a pass into the middle, but this one all the way back. So the Phantoms right now offensively, the forecheck, working out a little bit more, I would say, but still getting into trouble defensively.
Definitely.
Turnover here. Playmaker has it back, sends it down low just to the left of Hanselinho. Krinke still on that one, but he's not able to come with it. These teams don't want you to get a word in edgewise. We have 9 minutes to go here in the third period. A much faster pace. Perhaps not a surprise with the season on the line. As again, a turnover there. Profane Kiss not able to make the play. Krinke still in on the attack. The aggression turned up a couple of notches here for the Phantoms. Opportunity, Psycho Skills trying to battle Pawanso, and he's able to hold on to it. Manheimer can't get the shot through. Just over 7 minutes to go now here in Game 4. Good interception there. Playmaker makes the play. Has it. Psycho Skills looking. Throws it in front. Denied. Hanselinho able to make the stop. Great job there. But here come HAVU on the counter. Flyer Kungen can't hold on to it. Bit of space down the other way. Psycho Skills able to gain the blue line. Holds on to it. Profane Kiss finds Playmaker down low in the corner. Takes the hit. Good bit of pressure here, though, still from the Phantoms. They have it. Psycho Skills at the point, looking. It's Krinke, the shot blocked down. A buffer shot there, throws one on. Second chance. Puck still loose. And now kicked out to the corner. Recovered again, though, by the Phantoms. Krinke tried to get the pass to Psycho Skills. Unable to do so. 3.5 to go here. Kiss for Playmaker. The shot denied by Hanselinho. They recover possession. Manheimer looking across. Big save. Hanselinho, his biggest of the night, denying Profane Kiss. of the tying goal.
What a save. Now that is a textbook Phantoms play like this. The cross ice one-timer towards that circle for one of the wingers. Unable to get the goal right there, but I love this aggression coming out from Brace Phantoms. For the first time perhaps in this series, it feels like they have HAVU on the ropes.
HAVU come up with that thrown in front, intercepted by Mannheimer. Said not to cut you off, but here we go. It's crunch time. 1 minute to play. HAVU in on the attack. Playmaker has it. Bit of space, shot on, saved by Hanselino. Mannheimer recovers. Psycho Skills dishes it in front. Turned over though. Flyer Kungan gets the pass to Pawanso. He has Dominoiti with him. The spin. Pawanso scores! What a goal! Highlight reel effort from Pawanso. HAVU up by 2 and perhaps moments away from punching their ticket to the second round with a sweep of the Brace Phantoms.
And that is just gonna hurt. I think Profane Kiss is gonna have nightmares over that one-time chance that Hanselino got over and got a glove on. And Pawanso, such a great goal scorer, has been fantastic throughout these playoffs. Gets one more for the road there to potentially put the dagger in the back of Brace Phantoms there. An excellent spin move through the slot. Gets around the defenseman a bit and is able to beat RPH there in tight 2-0 with 45 seconds remaining. Brace Phantoms, they need a miracle here, and it's going to take a quick goal to start it.
If they do, 42 seconds to go here, and they find a way back. Or is it too little too late? Profane Kiss for Psycho Skills has options. Mannheimer, glove save by Hanselino with a little bit of flair.
Yep, and there again, the one-time options. Brace Phantoms are starting to get them now. Might be too little too late, and Hanselino, his glove hand just seems to have a magnet, and it just keeps swallowing those pucks up.
Big win here. Psycho Skills needs to make something happen, and quickly has it in the corner. Shrugs off some pressure. One back by Villikun. And again now, in possession. Big hit there to knock it loose. Shot on. Doesn't go. May have hit the side of the net. Down low. Mannheimer has it. Great job by HAVU, and they get the goal! Great job, but for how long? The Brace Phantoms on the board. It's Krinke yet again on the doorstep. They ruined the shutout, but Sin, is it too little too late?
11 seconds. They need the face-off win, and they need to enter the zone. We're probably going to see HAVU all drop back, and then we're going to see them defend that net and try to prevent any passes from getting through, and especially any shots. And if you're Brace Phantoms, I don't know how you're going to get that puck through. It might take a weird slap pass, something, but you have to get the puck on net. You have to crash the net, and you have to force Hanselino to make some saves here. Good face-off win.
Win the draw. Krinke has it. Mannheimer, the space in front there. Hanselino makes the save. 3 seconds to go. Playmaker tries to throw it on. Too little too late. HAVU Gaming complete the sweep here in the first round over the Brace Phantoms. An excellent start to their comeback tour as again they try to work their way back to the final after falling just a little bit short last year. Hanselino, a stop in the dying moments. Again, another big save there. Ultimately won't walk away with the shutout, but a win is a win is a win, as they say. Then HAVU moving on, completing the sweep of the Brace Phantoms.
Yeah, and, Brace Phantoms, they wanted to get a win or two here. They knew they were underdogs. They knew it was going to be tough for them to come away victorious in this series, if, not near impossible. They're not able to do those things, but you know what? You can walk away from this with your head held high. You gave HAVU some scary moments here in this game 3 and 4. I mean, you scored 3 on them, in that game 3, and in this one, you got to make them kind of start to hold their breath, right? You get the goal with 11 seconds left, and then you almost, you're putting pressure on for that tying goal. So you know what? Brace, you proved yourselves. You belong here. You're a playoff team. It didn't work out. You went against a tough opponent, but, GG's at the end of the day, and, you gave it your best effort.
Absolutely. I mean, again, for the Phantoms, some positives to look at here. They knew coming into this series that they were up against it for sure. Not the result that they would have wanted, of course, being swept, but, heading into next season, if the team, stays together as we would expect them to, RPH, again, some phenomenal performances at times. It's just, at the end of the day, the saying goes, there are levels to this game, and you look at a team like the Brace Phantoms, winning record in the regular season, But then you look at, again, one of the members of our Big Two heading into the season and eventually turned into a Big Three. But, we kind of called it. We thought, hey, Linköping and HAVU, if they're in the final again, we would not be surprised. We would welcome that because of what a series that could potentially be, which we could still potentially see that sooner rather than later, depending on other results. We'll get to that in a moment with the updated bracket. But all in all, again, for the Phantoms, strong season, just couldn't come together. When talking about HAVU, though, again, some shaky moments at times, perhaps not as many goals as they would have wanted in that clinching game. Some adjustments that they made, but all in all, still a solid performance, and you get the job done.
Yeah, and you have to credit Brace for making the proper defensive adjustments to sort of negate a lot of that HAVU attack. What HAVU wanted to do and what they did in that game 3, they just simply weren't able to do in game 4. And a lot of that, like I said, is credit to Brace Phantoms for making those adjustments. The flip side is they weren't able to get the amount of offense they needed. So, Brace Phantoms, like I said, you got to take the positives from here. You're able to shut it down defensively when you need to, and you're able to get 3 goals against the top defensive team in ECL Elite. A lot to build on for next season as we see the brackets here now. HAVU has punched their tickets to the second round. Now they could still match up with Linköping here if Jyväskylä does come back and beat Färjestad in 7 here as the teams are reseeded. But nonetheless, it's going to be an interesting tomorrow as we see 2 more series wrap up.
Absolutely. As Sin mentioned, we will have that coverage for you. Färjestad 1 win away from pulling off an improbable, near impossible upset of Jyväskylä. And we'll also be covering the remainder of the hREDS Unlucky Boys series as well. So don't miss tomorrow's stream. Going to be very excited to see how that one plays out. Still a lot to be decided, all things considered. So Sin, hell of a night worth of action. Again, an hREDS and Unlucky Boy, each splitting a game. And then HAVU pulling off the sweep, setting the stage for tomorrow, which I can't wait to see what happens, particularly in that Färjestad series, of course. Come on, who doesn't want to see the conclusion of that?
Yeah, Färjestad is just such an exciting team, and it seems like, even when they're getting hemmed in and stuff, all it takes is one rush the other way. They're so good at those Hail Mary kind of Omaha passes and, the speed of Afe down. I think he's the last surviving player in this playoffs who uses one of those small 5'7" builds for the pure speed. And you know what? It works for Färjestad. 1 win away from the 8 seed upset against the 1 seed. That would be incredible.
Again, near impossible, as we mentioned. You talk about it with Jyväskylä. Again, we talked about the top 2 of Linköping and HAVU. Jyväskylä this season by taking the number 1 seed, proving that it was a big 3. hREDS nearly proving that it was a big 4. And hREDS, if they get to the next round, be a huge moment for them, all things considered. But again, still a lot to see how this plays out, and I cannot wait to cover the remainder of that series, regardless of how it may be. So again, an update of the times here. 20 CEST, Färjestad and Jyväskylä taking that primetime spot. We will cover that series to its conclusion, and from there, immediately after, we'll be switching over and covering the remainder of the Unlucky Boys and hRED series. So again, that is 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We hope to see you here tomorrow for the remainder of those, for those 2 series, but particularly of the 1v8. Can't wait to see how that plays out. So Sin, with that, I think we're about ready to wrap up here. Again, hell of a stream, all things considered.
Definitely. It's always great to watch these teams go at it, especially when the chips are down and it's the playoffs. Everyone's given that, that much more effort, and it's always good, GG's to Brace. You put up a hell of a fight against, a team that was in the finals and is a favorite to be in the finals again this year. You couldn't win a game, but again, you gave them some scares there in HAVU. You can just see just how tough they are, how aggressive they are, and how that works for their style of play too.
It's all about perspective, right? All about perspective, all things considered. So with that, we are just about ready to wrap things up here. We do thank you very much for joining us. Of course, NHLgamer.com for all the information that you need. Of course, the NACL season recently concluding. Again, a big congrats to Vertigo for winning that. The Russian final cover, coming up here that we might just be able to cover. Time will tell. But of course, the other 3 tiers of the ECL system as well. Playoffs ongoing. A lot of stuff going on here. Again, 196 teams between the 4 divisions. Big things are happening throughout the ECL and throughout the NHL Gamer banner. So again, NHLgamer.com, easy for me to say. Of course, check us out as well on Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and of course on YouTube. Lord knows Sin puts in the work on those highlight packages. And of course, Sin puts in the work elsewhere as well. You can find him on Twitter at SinForTheWinProd, on YouTube and Twitch at SinForTheWin Productions as well. Sin, anything else to plug there, or did we get all of them?
That's fine, man. All on you now.
Fair enough. With that, you can find me on Twitter at Tuki24, everywhere at Tuki24, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, of course. And I know Sin and I both thank you, of course, not only for your support here on this, under this banner and on this platform, but of course, elsewhere as well. So with that, we are about done here. Again, a shout out to our sponsors, IS Esports and Prisma Gaming, for help making this happen. We love you all. Stay safe, and we hope to see you tomorrow for the final few games of the first round, the ECL Season 10 Elite Division Playoffs. It's a mouthful, but worth it, because these playoffs are living up to the hype. We'll catch you next time.